Hello, and welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Diego C. Palace. This is the very first breaking news morning transfer show at Diego C. Palace. Good morning to everybody there. I hope you're all doing well. There's a big storm coming across the whole of Ireland. It's coming across Northern Ireland as well. Isle of Man, north of England and Scotland as well. So stay safe, please. I hope you're all okay there and safe over there. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you can, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're new. This is a morning breaking show, transfer show, the very first one. I'm doing it because there is a lot going on today, Friday morning. It is going to be absolutely insane. There is rumours of players possibly leaving the likes of Manchester United on loan to other clubs, possibly players linked to Liverpool. That's also linked to Crystal Palace. And also, if I see any transfer news in the women's game, I will also, of course, mention that as well. But at the moment, it's Friday morning, and it's got a feeling, I just got a hunch that something's going to happen today, hopefully this morning, whilst I am going live. So that's the whole option. That's the whole point of things. If you're new to the channel, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Just going to check that. Oh. Let me just get the. Let me just check that the. You guys can hear me and see me all okay. If you're new, please drop a little like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to move the screen. Just give me a second. I'm just going to try and get the got as many windows open as possible, because we've got there's going to be a lot of transfers going on this morning. I just got a hunch it's Friday, and from what I hear from most of managers out there and sporting directors there of all football clubs, they want to try and get business done as soon as possible, not just leave it to the last day of the transfer window. And I just got a feeling that today, Friday, the dominoes are going to start to fall. Let's see what is going to happen today. And I think as I'm going live, I think there's going to be new stuff being announced. I'm going to use good sources like Sky Sports, like Fabrizio Romano and The Athletic, stuff like that. So the information will be accurate as possible for anyone out there who may want to listen into. But if you can, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm going live because I've just got a hunch, I've just got a feeling that something is amiss. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen this morning, and just got a good hunch there, and just going, making sure you guys can hear me and see me all okay. Right, just bear with me. Got that going there. So now I just need to make sure that you can all see me okay. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I think the title says it all. There is a lot of transfers that probably will be happening. Perhaps not mostly signs, but mostly loan moves with players leaving clubs to other new challenges in their careers. And I think it's all going to be happening this morning. I'm just going to check that you guys can all hear me and see me all okay. But if you can, drop a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It's my very first transfer morning show that I've ever done. So, and let's have a look and see what we've got here. Just got as many windows open as possible to see if we can get breaking news as it's coming through this morning in the transfer, not just for the in the men's football, but in the women's football. I've just got a feeling that today morning, Friday morning, everything, the dominoes are going to start to drop, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen this morning. I've just got a good feeling. But if you can, please hit like. I'm just going to put in here. Please drop a like as you enter the live stream. Whoop. Chat. Please drop a like. Oh. And comment. There we are. Just going to put it in there like that. Hopefully you can all see and hear me all okay. Right, we'll leave it at that. So I'm going to concentrate on what's breaking at the moment. It's unless you've been living underneath a rock sort of thing. For example, between Manchester United and Chelsea, looks like Garnacho's game last night. I think he did really well in Europe for Ruben Amorim, going down that left-hand side. Clearly, he's put himself on the shop window, and it kind of felt like a goodbye. I'm a neutral watching that match last night. I did a watch along to it. Please go and check it out. And Garnacho did very well down the left-hand side for his football club, Manchester United. And on the right-hand side, also I noticed Amad Diallo had a very good game, bombing at either side, those two young players, crossing the balls in. And there was no one in the middle for those Manchester United fans to see someone put the ball in the net. But Garnacho had a very good performance yesterday for Manchester United at Old Trafford against Rangers. And I thought he was putting himself on the shop window and possibly saying his, for now, just a goodbye to his home fans of Manchester United. Clearly, there's been interest of him from Napoli and from Chelsea. Now, this is the reason when I'm mentioning this as a Crystal Palace fan, and also I'm just trying to learn to do morning breaking news in the morning, is because the dominoes are going to start to fall. As I watched Oliver Glasner's pre-match and post-match interviews at Crystal Palace, just like Oliver Glasner, all football managers and all coaching staff, and no respect, all sporting directors and the people who decide who stays and who goes in each football club, especially in the Premier League and also in the WSL, they will be all doing deals on the phone night and day to try and get the right players into their squads available for the rest of the season. Now, we've got about a week and a bit to go, but I just had a hunch last night. I was thinking, I've got to go live today, to this morning. I thought, why not? Why not do the very first Diego C. Palace morning transfer breaking news show? Hopefully, and I just got a hunch that something's going to break to this morning. So here goes. Here goes. See what happens. See what happens. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Drop a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and if I can get to 5 likes, it will be wonderful as well. Right, let me just have a little drink first. It's a morning, so I'm going to be drinking my glass of milk, just like Erling Haaland. Milk is good for you in the morning. Just a little milk there, get me going there. Now, first story, which is happening right now, it's live. Everybody's waiting in anticipation. Is the negotiations, the discussions between Chelsea and Garnacho's. Now, why do I think that's important? Is that for two reasons. It's going to start dominoes effect in that particular football club. Of course, is Chelsea and Manchester United. With respect to Manchester United, on the left-hand side, they'll probably look to bring somebody else in. On the left-hand side, on the left back position, I know Garnacho is not a left back, but on the left side of that formation for Ruben Amorim, there's been rumours, there's been a few whispers that perhaps there might be some interest in Tyrick Mitchell. Now, in my Crystal Palace, Tyrick Mitchell, I think he does need cover. And there's nothing wrong with competition. He's a young man. He's a professional. He's been absolutely amazing at Crystal Palace. And he's as humble as you can get, as I see him as a football fan. Now, there's also been rumours that he could maybe perhaps be an option for Manchester United, but from the Crystal Palace perspective, to give cover for Tyron Mitchell, it's a player. There's another player out there. I think they've had a little look. They've had a little nibble at to see, because there has been, according to the Evening Standard, good reporter down there a few weeks ago, reported that El Hajid Malik Diouf was considering his options from where he is playing at the moment to perhaps either go to Liverpool or perhaps at Crystal Palace. Now, I think there was a cheeky little bid there for around 12 mil for him, but it is my understanding that he. Oh, 1 minute. Let me just get some more information up on him. And Slavia Prague, I think they're looking for 20 mil. And Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago, it looks like they put a little interest um, towards them, something in the regions of around 12 mil, something down thereabouts. But obviously, I've always felt that Crystal Palace, when they go for a player, they don't go in right at the top of bidding. They throw in to see, test the water, to see if it's warm, lukewarm, whatever. If it's too hot, then whatever it is, you step back. So I expect, I don't know if it's Dougie Freeman or other individuals at Crystal Palace. I don't know anyone at the football club, but I suppose what they do is they come in at a low offer and then they steadily sort of bring it up to where perhaps the vendor who's selling the player, they can meet halfway there or on there and thereabouts. There's clearly an interest for Malik Diouf from Slavia Prague. So we'll have to wait and see how that develops. But if that goes through for Crystal Palace, will he be going first into the team, or will he be going behind the pecking order, if you like, of Tyron Mitchell? Tyron Mitchell is absolutely amazing defending, but he doesn't do what Daniel Munoz does on the other wing and go forward as much. He's on a learning curve. He's doing different parts of the game, but he's absolutely brilliant, Tyron Mitchell. And I don't think a competition for key places is wrong in any case. So apparently, this young man, Malik Diouf, could be an option there. But there's an interest from Liverpool. Now, it's a different market what Liverpool are in for and what we're in for at Crystal Palace. So there's another domino there to fall there, but it all seems to be happening on the left-hand side. Now, with Garnacho possibly going to earlier on last week, it was Napoli, and then now appears to be Chelsea. I think that's going to happen. If I'm lucky, it'll break news in the next hour or so. So if it does, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Right, let me just plug this in because I don't want you guys to hear what is going on with some of the sources that I'm reading it from. But it's important to understand that everyone is waiting in anticipation for the dominoes to start to drop at certain clubs in certain positions of players, not necessarily being sold and bought, but on loan deals, because that's just going to open up. It's going to, other dominoes are going to, that's what I call it. Dominoes are going to just start dropping elsewhere. And the next week in the transfer window, it's going to get very, very interesting indeed. I'm going to go, let me just get into. It's a little bit different because I'm used to doing watch-alongs to football matches, but obviously there isn't a football match on right now. So I'm looking at in all my sources for transfer breaking news, and it's. Let me just make sure you guys don't hear what I'm about to say because I'll probably get in trouble for doing that. And Right, I saw it a minute ago, and now it's disappeared. Let's have a look. Oh, what's going on? Right, let's just go there. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. That's why. So if I go there, right, let's go into here. Right, let's have a look and see what this one is saying here on my thing. Now, I think this is one for Garnacho potentially going to Chelsea. As I say, it's going to domino effect elsewhere in the Premier League. It's going to kick off because there's going to be cover. People are going to want cover for if Garnacho leaves Manchester United. Are they going to go to other football clubs to get cover in? Or are they going to use their own players as an example? In respect to, for example, my Crystal Palace, Tyre Mitchell has been linked. Not that there's been discussions between the football clubs as such, but there's been whispers that Manchester United fans will be interested in a good Premier League ready left back, and of course Tyre Mitchell does fit that. Whether that's something that they're considering, I don't know. It's all going to happen now in the next today, this weekend, certainly I think next week something's going to go, something's going to happen. So it's been interesting to see. Oh, 1 minute. Why can't I hear anything from what I'm seeing here? Oh, here we go. Right, I'm looking at all my sources at the moment to make sure. And Alejandro Garnacho transfer at the moment is up at the moment. What is going to happen? And of course, Ruben Amorim, what he said about yesterday about Alejandro Garnacho. And I have to say, as a neutral watching that match yesterday, I think he put himself on the shop window very well. He was, if anything, one of the man of the match. In the end, I gave it to Bruno Fernandes for scoring that winning goal against Rangers. But man of the match for me in that match last night in Rangers against Rangers was either Garnacho or Amad Diallo. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego Palace. Help me get to 5 likes if you can. And let's have a look here. Andrew Momobile. Andrew, it's a Nottingham Forest player that's been linked to. There's a player from Nottingham Forest that's going out to a European side. I'm just going to listen to this one to see what they're saying about. As we all know, Garnacho played a full 90 minutes yesterday, and this is Ruben Amorim from yesterday. He's saying that he'll see. Ruben Amorim said of Garnacho that he's still improving as a player there. Different positions in offensive play. Ruben Amorim is saying that he's still learning, he's still developing. Not exactly his words, but that's what he's trying to say. That was the post-match from yesterday. And Ruben Amorim is saying that Alejandro Garnacho can be much more. There's more in his locker, in essence. It's got to be awkward for Ruben Amorim to be hearing questions when he knows that he clearly wants to go. And behind the scenes, I expect the manager will know the intention of Garnacho to stay or to leave. The way I think Garnacho was applauding the fans at the end of the match, I think it was like not a complete goodbye, but I think he knows he's probably going to go as a goodbye. He can always come back if he develops somewhere else. He can come back a more experienced, developed player, and different circumstances. So it's not the finished article, as Ruben Amorim has just said yesterday after the post match, but to me, are they going to sell him or are they going to loan him out? Now, there's two conferences coming up later on. First one is going to be Mikel Arteta and then Eddie Howe of course, Newcastle United. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm just listening to I think the decision has been made. As an outsider looking into that football club, a decision has been made of Garnacho. And also, there was interest. There's been rumours that they want to cover for a left back for Ruben Amorim's system. And they have seen what Tyrick Mitchell, for example, has been doing in exactly the same formation, because Oliver Glasner plays the same kind of formation with three at the back. And so it'd be interesting to see how that happens there. I think whether the decision of whether Garnacho stays or goes out on loan or gets sold at Manchester United, I think it's been done. They're close to infringing in the FS in the fair play rules. And good morning, James Stone. I hope you're well. I hope you are staying safe with this crazy weather, this storm that is coming across all over the place. Get the kid off, kid. Amazing. Yes, he looks absolutely. But from the interview that he's had in Europe there from Sparta, the word that I'm hearing is two things. He's looking at his options. He's kind of holding it back slowly. And but of course, from the Crystal Palace side, we want their gun now. But having said that, the way Crystal Palace negotiate, as a Crystal Palace fan, I don't know anyone at the club, we go in at a small offer. So I think they went in about 2 weeks ago, as per the Evening Standard. They went with a deal with a little cheeky little deal there with about 12 million euros, and I think he's more of the 20 mil mark. Really, that's how much he's been valued by the club that he's playing for. So that's Diouf there, the youngster there. The one I want is the Liverpool player. Oh, a minute. And but we'll have to. Oh, he's also just getting. Well, he's got an option. He can go to Liverpool and be on the bench for a slot. And the other one is if he comes to Crystal Palace, you'd think that he'll be above the pecking order of Tyrick Mitchell. The question has to be: is he match fit? Is he ready to? Is he ready to get going? Is he gonna take it to the Premier League like he ought to? Has he got more games than Tyrick Mitchell? No, in the Premier League. So people like James Stone, he's saying he's world class. Get him. Yes, that's fine, but we're up against Liverpool. Liverpool. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's cup tie in European competitions. So I think Liverpool. Look, in the market, Liverpool going for a player, Crystal Palace going for a player, same player. There is different options there for the player. What could happen is, if you think about it, the agent for the player, for Diouf, would be able to perhaps, because there's two bidders, play Liverpool off Crystal Palace and get his client Diouf a better deal. That's natural. That could happen. But Crystal Palace are not going to go madness on spending, because we don't do that. To some extent, Liverpool actually don't do that either. They do bring in little rough diamonds like that one, and This time last year, we brought in Adam Walton and Daniel Munoz, and look how well they're doing. And I'm surprised the Garnacho thing didn't work out with the Napoli. I mean, what this demonstrates, this is not about banter, this is about transfer. But what this demonstrates to Manchester United players, that if you look at the likes of Scott McTominay, what he's doing, what he has been doing for Napoli. I did a watch along of his Napoli side recently. Go and check it out. What he's doing for Antonio Conte at Napoli, alongside the likes of Lukaku, is that he's been unlocked. There is a future out there from Manchester United, especially on the difficulties that they have off the field and on the field. Now, I expect this is a difficult time for Manchester United fans out there. They don't want to see, I expect, one of their good potential players be going. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Potentially going to Premier League rivals, of course, in Chelsea. They're going for Champions League positioning, of course, no doubt. So, from the Manchester fans' perspective, they'll be disappointed that somebody of the potential of Alejandro Garnacho is looking to go elsewhere. But with that said, look what the club, Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe has had to say to the fans. He says, look, we've got to cut the costs down. We're going to have to charge you a bit more money to come in and watch the games. There is a cost. There is other situations that are going on behind the scenes, off the field, that is kind of pushing and making a decision easier for talented players, in their instance for Garnacho, to say, you know what, we might have to leave here and just just go on loan or go to another. But look what Scott McTominay is doing. Look what Elanga's doing at Nottingham Forest. It's not about banter. This is about transfer. So there is the Manchester United players there. They're thinking to themselves, we could go on loan, do something over there, develop myself, and perhaps even come back and request a better deal from Manchester United. Or that's how it could happen. That's how it happens. At the moment, Manchester United are in a difficulty on the pitch and off the pitch, and the players are listening perhaps to their football agents more than perhaps what they should be doing is listening to Ruben Amorim in training and get it done. But I have to give credit to Alejandro Garnacho, and I expect the most deep down the Manchester United fans will do that. Look at that performance that he did yesterday. He actually put himself on the shop window yesterday. He's not a finished article, but he did a real. I nearly gave him man of the match until Bruno Fernandes scored that winning goal right at the end. James Stone, good morning. He says, get him in. He's world class. I presume you're talking about Diouf there. That is, if it's his name in total, is El Hajid Malik Diouf. And he's... is he got the same agent as Sandy Robertson? Because if you have, we ain't got a chance, mate. If he's already, if Malik Diouf's agent, football agent, already has a player in Liverpool, that's gonna be a hard one to do. I could be wrong in that. Oh no. He's probably a replacement for Andy Robertson. I read that wrong. But it's so that's wrong. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. But it's he would be look, if he goes to Liverpool, he's going there for different reasons. If he comes for Crystal Palace, it's because he wants to just play Premier League football and establish himself in the Premier League. No doubt he'll probably will he be above the pecking order above Tyrick Mitchell? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to see. I would have thought that Oliver Glasner would like to have a little look at him in training and say, well, let's see, can you play in the formation? I think what Oliver Glasner is looking for is a left back that can do the same as what Daniel Munoz, in a sense, is kind of doing on the other side, if you like, but a bit higher up the pitch, bombing down there. But Tyrick Mitchell has gone forward at times, and he has scored for us this season, so he can do it. He has got in the locker. I think he's a wonderful defender, but it's the attacking side of him that I think Oliver Glasner may want to have as an option. more in that formation of three at the back. Now, why am I linking that Tyreek Mitchell to Manchester United? Is because everything seems to be happening on the left-hand side of transfers. Dominoes about to drop from Manchester United. I expect the Manchester United fans out there will be very, very disheartened that one of their best prospect of players, Alejandro Garnacho, is looking to go elsewhere. To me, as an outsider looking into that match, I did a watch along yesterday for Garnacho. I think he I was nearly going to give him man of the match. He absolutely put himself on the shop window, going down that left hand side. He must in the first half. He must have had about got three opportunities. He went down that left hand side with the ball completely put in the pocket of the Rangers right back in his pocket. Got down there, whipped the ball across, and Xerxes, for some reason, he went AWOL. He wasn't in the number 9 position. There was no one in the penalty area, in the 6-yard box area. No one was there. I saw it. I saw the camera zooming into Alexandro Garnacho, and he said, I've just bombed it down the wing. I've crossed a peach pass to you lot, and nobody's keeping up with me. Do you know what? Why am I here? If I go to Chelsea, the pace, if you look at Chelsea when they scored against us earlier on in the season and look what they're doing now, when Chelsea players break from the defensive formation into the transition to attacking, they're like lightning. You got the Cole Palmers, you got the Madueke. They've got players, Nicholas Jackson, that can break away at pace. Now, if they've got a winger on the left-hand side that can whip it in like Garnacho did yesterday for, like Manchester United did for against Rangers, Enzo Maresca saying, thank you very much. I love that. Now, this is a question that I have for the Manchester United fans out there. You've got Jadon Sancho, and now potentially you're going to have Alejandro Garnacho on the left-hand side for Chelsea. Why you keep... There's something not right there. Why are you not helping Chelsea get into the top 4? You've got to sort out your mess in your club, keep your good players, and get yourselves up there, I would have thought. So that's got to be in the minds of Manchester United fans, I expect. But that can't be an easy one. Their players being linked. And what's catapulted that, if you look at, as an example, what Scott McTominay is doing at Napoli, I've done a watch along with Scott McTominay. He's absolutely in bits. He scored more goals in the last 7 matches than any of the outfield players, but forward players of Manchester United. That's Scott McTominay at Napoli. They're top of the Serie A. Tony Conte has just absolutely unlocked him over there. So, and also Lukaku there, an ex-Manchester United player there as well. So it's all there to be seen. So players at Manchester United, as an example, are saying to themselves, all right, they kind of made it by getting signed by a massive worldwide brand of Manchester United. But there is another horizon elsewhere. It's not about so much. And remember the career spans of a professional football player in comparison to other professions out there, it varies. It's a very small window. So you've got to look at the opportunities out there. Big up to James Stone. He's talking about Diouf. He says, get him in. He's a world class. He's not a left back. He's a left wing. Yes, Liverpool play him in with a left back. We play with a left wing back. He's coming to Palace. I think you might have something there, because the thing is, I think there's more of a probability. I expect he's saying from his agent saying match time, boots on the grass, Premier League fixtures, day in and out, he's going to get more games. However, Liverpool can say we've got European competitions, we've got more where we can fit you in, and oh, by the way, we're going to pay you this much. We won't be able to compete with Liverpool's salary, whatever they're offering. Make no mistake about it, James Stone. Let's get in the real world. Let's touch a bit of wood here. Real talk. Yeah, there's the spoon. Let's touch a bit of wood. Good morning to you, Spoon. Real talk. When it comes to wages, we are not in the same market as Liverpool. All right. That's as simple as that. All right. It's not going to go to that one. It's because the player's saying to himself, if I go to Liverpool, Slot might have a wobble and he might not put me on the pitch, and he'll end up like Mr. Blobby on the bench behind Mr. Blobby himself. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to come. So let's have a look. What we left back. We played the win, but he's coming to the play. He's perfect for Glasner. Glasner, but yes, because Oliver Glasner plays free at the back. Yes, I will go with that. Manchester United is Saudi Pro League team. Well, the dominoes are starting to fall there, and that's going to hit the dominoes elsewhere in other clubs as well. Not so much as sales and bought of players, in my opinion, coming towards the end of this transfer window, but loan deals. Off to Old Trafford next weekend. Can't wait. Good luck to you, Jamestown. I hope you have a good one up there, and hope we don't get weather like this. Also, going Tranmere versus Colchester the day before. I'll have a good one there. I've been to Tranmere. I've not been to Colchester. I've been to Tranmere. Back in the day when we were in Division 1, I remember I did that trip. Good morning, Henry Smith. I hope you're all well. I hope you're keeping your head down, ducking and diving with this madness of a storm that's coming over from the west side. Let's blame the west side of London. Let's blame the Chelsea fans for it. Let's blame them. That's right. Let's call it. And is good morning, Henry. I hope you're well. We're discussing Diouf there, and James Stone is saying that we should get him. Well, if that's the case, James Stone, then how comes we offered, apparently, according to the Evening Standard, about 2 weeks ago, apparently we offered them only 12 mil. The lad is worth, he's been valued by the club that's selling him about 20 mil. 12 million, 20 mil. There's a gap in the middle. All right. So if you're saying that Diouf should be coming to Palace, he's the right man. He's the champion. Will be the champion for Oliver Glasner. I have to ask you the question. I have to ask other people the question. Why have we gone in too low in the offer? It's the same with what happened with Newcastle going for Mark Gahey, going at a low bid. Palace said, do you know what? Do you know what you can do with yourself? Do one, sort of thing. I'm going to try to keep it polite because we're not past the watershed. If you know, you know. I know you articulate your language a lot better than me, James Stone. I know you do, but I just don't want to get it. I've just read your last comment. No, I know you don't like to suckle on the you know what this early in the morning on Parish's you know what. But I tell you what, Parish is doing it just right. Just going in at a low bid, seeing how hot, how warm is the milk. If you know, you know. Real talk. I'm drinking it like Erling Haaland, and not like what you're. Crystal Palace fans never change. We never change. And Diouf is ready to play week in and out and not sit on the bench. I agree. I will give you that. But I don't think he sounds like a player that but he's not had any Premier League games. That's all I'm saying. Premier League is one thing, where he is another. And that's all I'm saying to people over there. And we're talking about 15 mil valuation of a player. All right. So, and as I say, the other thing that's working against us, I'm not trying to put this one underneath the carpet and move on to the next transfer, particularly for Crystal Palace, is if we're up against Liverpool, we can't compete with Liverpool when it comes to wages and what they can offer for a player in European honours and perhaps even bonuses and who knows what might not. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And as James Stone says, Diouf is coming to the Palace. Listen, he might be driving on the Uber past Andy Mole and telling the cab driver to say, hang on a minute, do you know what? Pull the window down. Let me have a little selfie here with His Royal Highness. You know what I mean? He might be doing that. He might be doing that as we speak. I mean, it's not breaking it. Fabrizio Romano's not breaking it, and Sky Sports and the Athletes are not breaking it. But it could be that Diouf is down the mile, going to the Palace and having a little bit of a little side tour. It could be that. Maybe that's what James Stone is saying, to coming to the Palace. But mind you, there's a few palaces. Alexandra Palace. Um, there you go. And he goes on to say, because Paris is an that thinks is a master poke player. Listen, the dealing and dealing of Mr. Parrish. It's Mr. Parrish to you, son. If you want superstars, you got to pay superstar money. That's what he said to Sky Sport. Come on, you got to agree with that, James Stone. You know he's talking sense. Come on, he brought in Daniel Munoz. He brought in um, Adam Walton. I don't hear you going, wee, wee, wee. We brought Adam Walton or Daniel Munoz, and there you go, caught in the man at the top at Palace and Liverpool. What are you going on about? What are you going on about? Listen, mate, listen, a very successful South London businessman, and that's how we like it. That's how we like it. That's how we like it at the Palace. You know it makes sense. Look, let me tell you something. So is there enough about the poker and the bat and nipples? Listen. I don't know if you're into the piercing of the you know what's it. I don't know what you're into, but it is what it is. So we played this silly drawn out negotiation programs, but Diouf will be coming to the look. If you're up against, all right, let's get real here, James Stone. Right, in any form of dealing, it's one thing bidding for an asset, right? And you want to come in at lowest possible because as you develop that asset, you want to return in that investment. Okay, it's just logic. Okay, you don't have to watch the whole of Star Trek and be logical about that. All right, the next generation, if you like. All right, it's logical that you want to come in and bring the asset that you're interested in at as lowest as possible. So when you develop it, then we said it because that's what we do at Palace, all right? Unless we do something else, I don't know. Maybe you've had a one too many, or I don't know. Maybe you had a nipple. I don't know what's going on, but that is what the Palace does. Now, the second thing is if you're bringing that investment in at Crystal Palace in the instance of Diouf, you have to ask the question: who is our competitors out there, and are we being bounced off another football agent out there with another football club? And if we're up against Liverpool, and we all know what the Scousers are like on the Arthur Way stand, do you know how much noise they make and how annoying they can be? I mean, I absolutely love the banter when I go to Anfield, the things that we say. James Stone, you say you go to away fixtures. You and I know that when we go to Anfield, the songs that we sing to the Liverpool fans, I can't say on it because I'll be shut down. It's politically incorrect to say things. It's just it's and they know exactly what we do. We change the name of the words to their songs and all that. Not, I've done it. You've done it. So if we're up against that kind of a lot that can say to a player like Diouf, you come to Liverpool and we can offer you A, B, C, and D, and those lot down there in South London, they can just barely afford you A and a small B, not even capital B option. What do you think the lad's going to do? Is he going to listen to the bubble, or is he going to listen to the best football club in the world, Crystal Palace fans, Oliver Glasner and South London? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? And normally, 9 out of 10 times, it's the bubble that talks. It's the bubble that talks. We're up against Liverpool on wages. That's what I'm saying to people. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not throwing it underneath the carpet and sort of moving on. I do think you're right, James. I think he should come and hopefully he will land at the Palace. But the moment that I heard that Liverpool were into it about 3 weeks ago, I thought, oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Liverpool won a bit of Diouf. Didn't they have a Diouf before? I can't remember. That didn't work out too well for them. Or am I thinking of another football club? Anyway, James Stone says, so we play this. Oh, we've done that one. Doesn't matter. He's not played Premier League. I'll come back to that. James Stone says it doesn't matter. He's not played Premier League. Believe me, the scouts and Oliver Glasner will be looking at that point emphatically. Like literally, they'll be saying, can you give me not a guarantee, but have you got a good eye for a player that is ready fit for the Premier League? All right. Maybe it's a validation. Maybe it's a knighting ceremony that the fact that Liverpool, apparently, I don't know who the scout is or the scouts are at Liverpool. I don't know if they left when Jurgen Klopp left. I don't know. But the fact that they're interested in the same player that we're interested in probably kind of validates your argument that the lad is ready for the Premier League. But for me, as a Palace fan, the lad hasn't put a boot on grass in the Premier League, and that is a concern. I don't care what anyone says. That's the way I am. You know what I mean? He ain't a piece of good level football. He played in the Champions League. What, 3 or 4 games in the Champions League? Well, so did Michael Richard as well. Then he played 2 or 3 games. It doesn't make him like, you know. But yeah, no, that's a good point. He's got a bit of experience from their get-go. Just look at his skill levels. So you're saying that he's got a better skill level, even though he hasn't put boots on grass on the Premier League than Tyrick Mitchell. He's off the Richard. Yeah, I would go with that. And then you're going on about Mr. Parish. this lad James Stone just doesn't like the parish. He doesn't want to be converted there. They bought Nketiah for 30 mil. Listen, we're going to sell Nketiah back to Arsenal for 60 mil. Mark my word. Who let the Dukes out? We got Dougie Freeman, the best pound for pound sporting director on the blower right now, doing the deals. Right. They bought Nketiah for 30 mil. A League One quality player. Listen. It'll come good towards the end of the season, and you will be handing back a receipt to me, and I'll be like, "Thank you very much. I told you so, son." There you go. Eddie Nketiah will come good. Real talk. So no Parish Freeman's backsides on the light. This man, you can tell this James Stone is an old school Crystal Palace fan. Mr. Spock is my name. Listen, is that which Spock are you? Are you in the sort of the next generation, in the original series? Which one are you on? Is that the one where they met each other? Which one is it? Cold, logical, big ears, and not the same as the rest. Look, listen. A combination of Chief Parish and Dougie Freeman has brought to you James Stone and the rest of Crystal Palace fan. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. Come on. Your defense is terrified as is on fire. Do not need to say any more. Do I need to say any more? Come on. And then Nketiah has played 100. He hasn't played 100 games. The fact of the matter is he's played for Crystal Palace more time for us while he's been at Palace on the pitch for us, even coming on as a substitute, than he ever did in all the years that he was there for Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta didn't know anything to do with youngsters. Mikel Arteta's got rid of Eddie Nketiah. He's got rid of Smith Rowe. He got rid of who's the other young lad that got rid of? Pepe, Guendouzi. Who else did he get rid of? Pepe. The list is long and notorious. Awobi, all those youngsters back in there. And then away. Premier League is Premiership. Stop watching the Premiership League, man. Look, back to the business in hand. This guy's got. I don't know if this young lad, James Stone, has got a fetish on Nketiah, because every sentence that he puts in the chat, he's got the Nketiah in there. Listen, you can't get enough of the lad. He's played 133 games in the Premier League. The man is checking the stats. The man has gone to the transfer market. He's going, you little bastard. Where are you? Let me get. I'll get him back. I'll get him for that. And I will repeat, he's a League One striker. Let's give him the service. Let's give him the circus. Remember all those goals that he played for Arsenal, played for Arsenal, and he absolutely belted the goals against Chelsea, the jamminess of Chelsea fans at the bridge. Chelsea fans hated Nketiah because he always scored for them. I don't understand when we played Chelsea why they, it ain't a fetish. Oh, it's not then. All right, so it's just a titillation then fever. I don't know. It's just a simple observation as to a pipe of smoking when 30 mil. 30 mil was 30 mil. I'll get you there. I'll get you there. But and actually, you probably got a point there because it's not just the transfer fee of 30 mil. You're also talking the duration of his contract and his wages, and probably bonuses as well that he might have. I wonder if he's got a clause in his contract that Arsenal have to have a look to see if he wants to leave anywhere else, similar to Mark Gahey. I wonder if that's in the contract as well. Hence, why we might end up selling them to Arsenal. And you know how Arsenal are bad in transfer windows? They'd probably just be how they are. They'll probably buy him back for 40 mil right now. They're that bad, isn't it? So, but if you're an Arsenal fan, please subscribe at the FC Palace. But I have to say that Arsenal fans, Manchester United fans, you got West Ham United making a 50 mil plus bid for John Duran, the Colombian international at Aston Villa. I don't hear Aston Villa. I don't see Manchester United fans. I don't see Arsenal fans talking about their football clubs making 50 to 100 mil bidding for strikers. That's something my Crystal Palace are not into. That's why I'm worried with this lad, Diouf, being linked to Liverpool. And mark my word, James Stone, Dougie Freeman and Steve Parish won't have the rug pulled underneath them because the lad is linked to Liverpool. Because that's what the agent will do. You're not mentioning that. The agent of this player, El Hadid Malik Diouf, his agent, it'll be prudent for him to say to Palace, I've got Liverpool on the blow up. What was that you're saying? Oh, you're saying X amount? Are you sure about that? I've got Liverpool on the line. Do you want me to put the phone down on them or do you want me to talk to you still? That is what's going to be happening. That is what's going to be happening. Right? It's not just about the transfer fees, it's about what the lad's going to get in the short term and long term. Is it going to be a 3-year contract? We're not going to do a madness like Man City and offer a 10-year contract, are we? I think the deal of this transfer window, it has to be said, I actually photographed it. I'm going to show it to you lot. It's oh no, I didn't get it. I mean, I'm going to show you this on the phone, and this is, I think, where it all started, Manchester United fans. I don't know if you can see this, but this is, yeah, Enzo and Alejandro, and that's where I think that's where the tapping started there. Real talk. I think that's where the sort of the penny dropped with these players. The players have got. I'm in a close. How they deal. You got some insight. Well, you keep tuned, James Stone. Let's get these deals over the line because, as you saw, Oliver Glasner in the previous on Palace TV, big up to the Palace TV people. They said to Oliver Glasner, "What do you think about these transfers?" And he kind of hinted, "Look, let's get the deals done as soon as possible. Can we not wait until the last day, like James Stones wants it to happen at the last minute of the last day of the transfer window and land the lad Diouf?" And he lands there and he's not even fit to go on the grass. Although James Stone's saying that he is Premier League ready. I'm just saying. That's why Oliver Glasner, I presume, is not the only manager or part of a coaching squad out there that probably wants and needs the players to come in now. If it comes in at the end of the transfer window, we're still going to miss him for best part of March. We need the players now. We've got good momentum at the moment, but big up to you, James Stone. He's got an insight there, and I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? If there's one thing that I've learned as being a Crystal Palace fan, is that you don't need Fabrizio Romano, you don't need Sky, you don't need the Athletic. There'll always be someone, a Crystal Palace fan, just like James Stone there is in the chat, that would have the pulse on exactly what is going on at Palace, and he gets out. There is no such thing as a little like a firewall around the scouts and who's coming in. It gets out. It gets out somehow in the family of Palace. Real talk. What did he say there? No actual serious footballer would want anything to do with a club like Man. I would agree. I would agree to a certain point, but I'll go into that in a minute. I repeat, it's Saudi Pro League outfit at a retirement home. The sound online merchandise story. I disagree with that because what you can do and what the players have been doing by going to Manchester United is they're using it as a pedestal. A lot of them have been brought in and they're clearly not. They're not good. James Stone, you know that a lot of the Manchester United players, we wouldn't have them in our squad at Crystal Palace. Hello, the table doesn't lie. We're above them in the Premier League for a reason. All right. Last season, we went to Old Trafford, if I'm not mistaken, James Stone. And I remember Roy Hodgson had, I think, 9 first team squad players injured, 11 in total injuries throughout the whole thing. But 9 first team, I think it was 7 or 9 players that we had. He went to Old Trafford, this is Roy, and we came back with a 1-0 win. Joachim Anderson scoring that half volley in the second half. We came back with 3 points. At the end of the season, Oliver Glasner spanked the Manchester United travelling away fans, not once, not twice, not third time, but cut un, deux, trois, cat times. And we won 4-0 at Selhurst Park. I was doing a Julie one day after that match. Go and check it out. Now listen, Manchester United players are going there to get a particular contract, and then from there they're doing exactly what Alejandro Garnacho is doing, what Jadon Sancho are doing, and they're saying, you know what, if the grass ain't green here, I can go elsewhere. There's another lawn over there that I can mow. Real talk. And that's what they're doing. And unfortunately, if you want to I'm trying to put it professionally, the Manchester United fans don't see that. The reality is, come the end of the transfer window, there could very well be, in this instance, 2 Manchester United players on the payroll of Manchester United paying their wages to play for Chelsea, who are literally going to end up in the top 4. Manchester United fans out there will be thinking to themselves, why are we doing this? That's their problem, of course. The problem with that is that there's going to be holes when these players leave. Like Alessandro Nacho leaves Manchester United, it's going to leave holes in that squad. And James Stone, whether you like saying that players don't go to Manchester United, they do, because it's a bubble. It's a step up in intake of income and opportunities that can step to something else, because that's what they're doing right now. And would you blame a Crystal Palace football player leaving us now and going to Manchester United? I would say don't do it. If you're going to leave Crystal Palace, go to a football club that's going to win the Champions League or a Premier League this season, or the various early opportunity next season. Manchester United are so far away from that. James Stone, you and I can walk to the moon and back, and Manchester United are still be in the bottom 10 of the Premier League. Right. I was there September 2023, and I won at Old Trafford, and I will be there next week. Good luck to you, James Stone, on that. I was looking down the barrel of Anderson volley. I was so upset when we lost Joachim Anderson. Oh, I was upset with that. Do you know that when we defend set pieces, you know that he was the only lad that actually jumped up like a salmon to try and header the ball out? And when the only other person that jumped with him was Sam Johnston. No one else would be bothered or asked to jump. And do you remember that match when we were playing up against West Ham United, and every corner that we conceded. Oh my God, I was doing my nut. And Joachim Anderson or Sam Johnston were the only ones that were jumping up. And when we lost Joachim Anderson and Sam Johnston, I was thinking, you know what I mean? But Dean Henderson is doing well for us. He's done really good for us in that new formation that Oliver Glasner is playing at. I have to say. Now, if Palace left, if a Palace player left Palace for United, I would confirm that they play. Yeah, but if they're giving us 40 to 60 mil for the player, do you think Mr. Parrish or Dougie Freeman are going to let that go miss? Of course not. Especially if we only brought him in through the academy, or if we paid no more than 50 mil 6 or 7 years ago. No, I won't have anything said against Zaha. Oh, James Stone is letting the receipts out. Oh, this is for Palace. This is Palace. Look, we haven't even got to midday, and the man is already handing out receipts of Zaha. Zaha's gone to USA. I did the watch along, not the previous one, the one before. I did a USA versus Costa Rica. It was a friendly, James Stone. There was a player there. There's a lad there called Diego Lina. The lad came out with a nose like that. I mean, Tyson Fury came out with less injuries than this lad. It was a friendly between Mauricio Pochettino's United States first team senior squad against Costa Rica. Although they did have a new manager, Herrera, it's a Mexican manager, and but even one of the players got booked for diving, and I was like, this is a friendly. Mauricio Pochettino was like, there's eye pokes going in. There's noses getting twisted. There's people diving, trying to fool the referee. And you're blaming Zaha to go to America. He's got the bubble over there. No, I won't have nothing said against Zaha. It is what it is. It's done. If he returns to Palace on the wages that he left on, and he's not 110% fit, I then will have an issue. I was like, no, use the money somewhere else. No, he's done what he's done at Palace, and it is what it is. Unbelievable, James Stone. He doesn't change. He's just like, right, get rid. You can take James Stone as one of those football fans. You don't follow a player after it's gone. That's it. Get rid. That's history. Zaho. I respect that. I respect that. I presume that you're a Crystal Palace fan that doesn't look like that also towards proprietors, people who look the custodians of a football club, like the present one or Simon Jordan or Noxie. If you know, you know. But it's one of those. Right, where was I before we just going to it's supposed to be a transfer window show of all the Premier League. And it's turned out to be just about Crystal Palace, but in everything, that's okay. I haven't heard nothing. Let me just have a little have a look at my sources to see if I see anything for Crystal Palace. I've lost the thing. There's nothing new at the moment in the last sort of 2 hours about Diouf or no, it's just all about Romanese. I think Romanese should start for us soon, hopefully. The Palace, yeah, I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one, James Stone. And I like your approach that it's the club that comes first, not the football players or the football agents. I get that. Um, because it's not really the destiny of what you're trying to say. It's not the destiny of the player where the player gets to. It's the journey that we all have as Crystal Palace fans with our club that we love in Crystal Palace. It's the journey that's important that we experience. And I'm with you on that. Absolutely 100%. But with all due respect, we've still got to look after the lad or if it's a Crystal Palace woman that's coming into Laura Kaminsky's side, we've got to look after all of them to make sure they improve levels so they give us that journey that we want. You can't have it just your way. You got to Oh my days. I don't know if this was a good idea. I just had a hunch this morning. Go live because I've got a feeling something's going to break in news and we're going to get something juicy. And that's why that's right. The Palace is the only one. I hope everyone's out there okay. The storm is coming across the country at the moment. I don't really know what this storm is called. It's they all call them after alphabetical something. Um, right, let me have a little butchers here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C Palace, and let's have a little look here to see what my sources are doing. Okay, there's been some updates there. Let's have a look. There's a new manager for any of you who didn't know, for Belgium. Rudri Garcia, he's taken over for the Belgium national team coach there, and it looks like that's going through as we speak. Let's have a look at also there is there. So Manchester United right now, this is why this one's important. So Manchester United right now are in negotiation with Lecce for the youngster Patrick Dorgu. He's a left wing back. And what you're saying about Manchester United, do players actually want to go there with what's going on the field, off the field, with the mice, with the broken TV, and all that jazz? It is, but apparently, according to this, it's imminent. It looks like he's a Danish international, so he'll know Rushman Holland and the likes of Joachim Andersen, who plays for Fulham, and it looks like they're talking in the realms of around 30 mil. Well, that's euros though, but Lecce want a little bit more. Now, given as what we've just heard from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and off the football feeds, they're saying how they're going to charge the Manchester United fans a bit more to come in and watch the football because they've got to get within the rules and not get points deducted and all that stuff. Do they have any money to yeah, big up to you, James Stones? Catch you later. Yep, thank you very much for dropping in. Absolutely, thank you very much, James Stone, for dropping in. I really appreciate that, and I definitely get your point on how the deals could involve with Palace, and I do see it that way as well. Real talk. So so that's the one to look out for. Manchester United there. This is the morning breaking news there that Lecce are still in conversation with Lecce for the young player, the Danish international Patrick Dorgu, and if that falls, they might come knocking on the door at Selhurst Park for possibly for Tyreek Mitchell, the way they're going, if Garnacho leaves as well. Oh my days. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. But there you go. So that looks like that might be happening. And oh, 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. I've lost something here. West Ham have made contact for Brian Robbery. with Ajax, but no chance straight loan move deal. So that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Julian Nagelsmann has signed a new contract with the German national team. That's breaking news this morning. So Jurgen Klopp, if he wanted to take over at the German national side, that's not on the cards at the moment. Oh, blimey, now I've lost the whole thing now. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Please help me get to 5 likes in the chat if you could. But definitely, let's have a look. Just had a thread there and I've lost it. It's yeah, I can just confirm that Julian Nagelsmann, the German national team manager, he's extended his contract. So if there's any Jurgen Klopp fans out there, he's not going to be taking Germany over anytime soon. Enzo Maresca says, quoting him, I trust Robert Sanchez, has Casido. Oh, why does he do it like this? Just going for a few more. Just give me a sec, people. Let's see what else we can get here. Looks like Romeo Latvia is still going to be out for a little while for Chelsea. But Enzo Maresca, you got loads of choices in your changing room. I mean, really. And Mikel Arteta is still moaning about his injuries. He says that they're looking at it and they're working on it. Has he actually worked on anything over the last 5 years for Arsenal, I suppose? Not like they've landed any trophies for their fans, I suppose. And this is getting right on my nerves. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Just going through, if there's any breaking news on Garnacho possibly landing at Chelsea, there was a lot of rumour, a lot of talk that maybe there might be some development there. The reason why I'm emphasising that this morning is because that domino, when that domino drops, there's going to be another domino that's going to fall from that. Not just at Manchester United, but at other Premier League football clubs, no doubt. And also keeping an eye on any rumours, not just in the Crystal Palace women's transfer window, but also in the Crystal Palace men side as well. Right, that's the second time I've done that and it's failed, so I'm not going to do it and wasting my time here. Trying to see if there's anything else. Well, the last time that somebody mentioned Malik Diouf being linked to from a good source, if you like, it was the Evening Standard about a week and a bit ago, and apparently Palace made a little cheeky bid there for the player. But since then, Liverpool have been in contact with Slavia Prague, and we're going to have a look and see what happens there. Let me just have a look at this one. This one looks interesting. Okay, this is a bit more information here. So, Malik Diouf's contracts last until 2028, and the transfer market value is about 7 million euros. Slava Prague have no intention of letting him leave for this price, but that was a long time ago, so it's gone up. But that's interesting. So that means his contract runs out. It's early in his contract. I can't lie. The thing is, what worries me is that if Crystal Palace are bidding for this player at the same time as Liverpool are interested in him, we're not going to compete with their wages that they might be able to offer him. Not in the same. We're not in the same market. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think we are. We're not into that. Um, Literally, the card that Crystal Palace has on Diouf, possibly coming to us and not going to the likes of Liverpool, is instant match time playing on the pitch. Um, and that might sway the player. But the only other thing I can think of is other potential incentives further along down the line in his transfer contract as they sign it. But I don't think we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, right, I'm going to go back. I can't get no more on Crystal Palace for the moment there, but if I do see. Oh, what's going on now? Oh, I don't know what's happening now. Let me just refresh that. Um, okay, it's just been announced in the last hour or so. For those of you in the Women's FA Cup fifth round schedule, of course, it's Crystal Palace women are facing Newcastle United. That's been confirmed for Sunday, the 9th of February at 1 p.m. And that's live on the Adobe Women's FA Cup YouTube channel. So that is official. I'm actually going to cascade that on my Insta. Any of you are connected with me on Instagram, you can see it there. That's a good one there. Actually, I'm going to save that one as well. For that one, for the fifth round scheduling there, it's Aston Villa versus Brighton or Durham women. That's still to be finalised. The other fixture is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester United. That's in the Adobe Women's FA Cup. It's the fifth round. Another fixture there is Rugby Borough versus West Ham United or Liverpool. And of course, Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United. But that's now been confirmed Sunday, the 9th of February at 1 p.m. And that's available on YouTube. Portsmouth versus Sunderland. That's also been confirmed for the same Sunday. And Manchester City versus Leicester City. And Arsenal versus Bristol City versus so it's either of those two clubs against the London City Lionesses. And the last fixture that's been confirmed there for Sunday the 9th of February at 3 p.m. kickoff is Chelsea, either Chelsea or the Everton women's squads versus the Tottenham Hotspur women. Of course, last season in the FA Cup, it was Manchester United versus Tottenham, and Manchester United women's team, they won the FA Cup. They're the cup holders, but Tottenham got to the final in the first year of their new manager last season. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm correct in saying that. But I've just cascaded that on the Instagram, and it's been confirmed there by Newcastle United women there as well. and just making sure I've got that there. Um, what's going on here? Somebody's let's do this and let's have a look and see who that is. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. I'm gonna... Ah dear. Well, let's just confirm that. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Just gonna have a look to see. The match 23 has just been released. I might talk about that later on. The match with fixtures this weekend, of course. My Crystal Palace are up against Brentford. That's going to be a tricky one, I have to say. But I mean, the previous fixture at the beginning of the season, as they scored and the referee got it wrong. It's like the story ever finishes with us. Just trying to see if there's anything else. Come on. Still no breaking news between Chelsea and Manchester United on their potential of Garnacho going over to Chelsea. It looks like Kyle Walker is definitely, obviously, just getting ready to start for AC Milan over there. And it looks like it's nearly done and dusted. That's the source there for that is Sky Sports. And it looks like it's going to be a loan deal of Kyle Walker there. And as I say, that's another domino because as those dominoes fall over there, then something else falls somewhere else. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. Just getting some breaking news there from Manchester Evening News as well, which is another good source I find for football rumours, not just for Manchester United, but for all other football clubs up there in that region. And they're saying that there's a serious strong storm coming across North England, the whole of Scotland, Northern Ireland, and I think the whole of so let's have a look, see what else we've got here. Just another confirmation there that Julian Nagelsmann has a new contract with the German national team. So if there were any intentions of Jurgen Klopp taking over there, it may not occur. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. And it's just breaking here on one of the Instagram things that I have. It looks like Bruno Fernandes and Rasmus Højlund appeared to push the Rangers physio out of the way when celebrating the late winner at Old Trafford. The United keeper and the Dane were not letting anyone get in the way of the celebration. I don't think they were pushing him out of the way. They were just trying to get to the fans. There was no malice there, real bad. And the last one that is apparently on the training gear that Ahmad has been wearing, he just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. Now, surely that's got to be, they've messed that up. Or maybe he just had it inside out. Oh my God. Nah, I don't think that's true. What is the players have training gear, and the Manchester United training gear for Ahmad Diallo has been photographed, and apparently he has been it's been put on his training gear inside out, the Manchester United um, sticker, and surely it could be fake. I don't know. The Manchester United club crest is upside down. He hasn't got his top inside out, but literally somebody has glued it. What's happened is, I think what happens is that the clothing comes into the football club, and then they have to press the thing on, and they've clearly done it the wrong way. Um, Manchester United print their badge the wrong way on Amad Diallo's training kit. I don't know. I don't know how reliable this source is, but if it's true, oh my god. Well, you don't know, because with all this AI, you don't know if somebody's just doing it for clicks. So I'm not going to say who's done it, so that it might not be true. And oh, there's some breaking news there. Ukus Uzbekistan will become the 120th nation represented in the Premier League. One player. So who's it then? Henry Mkhitaryan. There's a rumor going around that Ibrahim Konate has been linked to Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Yesterday it was just Paris Saint-Germain. Oh my days. What I'm worried about is that when these players' dominoes drop, then they might come in for the likes of Mark Gahey. Now, if Mark Gahey gets contacted by Liverpool, that's a complete kettle of fish in respect to the likes of course, of Ibrahim Konate possibly going to Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid. Because he hasn't agreed a new deal, but it's just rumor. It's just rumor. It's nothing. It's not saying that the clubs are negotiating. They're only saying that because he hasn't renewed his contract with Liverpool. But that's a big domino. Someone like that, I can't. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone want to leave Liverpool right now with what they're doing in the Champions League and in the Premier League? Unless they're not getting any match time football. Please hit a like and subscribe. Oh, good morning to Alex SR. You're up early, never went to sleep. Still got the good morning. It's 6 a.m. there. Big up to you, Alex SR. Having some milk here for the morning. Make sure you eat and drink well and healthy. Good morning. I hope you are all okay. Yes, it's 11:45 here, and you are on 6 a.m. So that means you're back there. So big up to just some milk like Erling Haaland. So I might get called up by Crystal Palace. There you go. Good morning to you. Just came on to say hello. I got the notification. Big up to you. I hope you're well. Stay safe wherever you are, because there's storms going all over the place and it's not safe to be out there. Please, if you can, drop a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. And it is Just trying to see if there's any other breaking news at the moment. Something about Marcus Rashford, but that's not news. He took a photo on his Instagram and he posted it yesterday while the Manchester United players were playing against Rangers. So he was at Old Trafford supporting his. But it's a bit of a. Just having a look at this, but I'll talk about this later on. Big up to everybody in the how's your t-shirt? I don't know who you mean, but you mean the whistle? I don't know. I think I know what you're on about. Big up to Nick Foldy. I hope you are well. I'm just going through any potential rumours of any Palace transfers, not just in the Crystal Palace women's setup, but in the big up to you. Never mind, doesn't matter. But thank you for dropping in. If you can, drop a like, and if you can, subscribe if you are new. Also, just trying to see if there's any other. No, there's nothing down Palace. Okay, well, let's see what happens now. There's just quoting again what Ruben Amorim said about Garnacho yesterday after the match, and he's just saying, let's see what happens. But I heard a little thing that there might be something going on this morning. That's why I went live, because I think when that domino drops, other dominoes are going to start dropping elsewhere. Uh, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. It is looks like it's going to be a sellout between Chelsea versus Arsenal on the 26th of January. A record crowd. As the Chelsea women's team host Arsenal caused us at the bridge. It looks like a new record is going to be set there in the women's Super League. And that's all important there. Why am I getting this one? All right, I can't see anything there. There's a lot of debate. There's a lot of debate going on. Just listening a little bit of what Talk Sport is saying about Alejandro Garnacho going to Chelsea. I mean, it's how can you have two Manchester United players that were on the payroll going to Chelsea and then Chelsea ending up in the top four at the end of the season? It just goes to show there could be something in it, because I did hear somebody that's into the cycling world, and they actually are still fuming about what Sir Jim Ratcliffe did to the to us to some to the circ, 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 when they came in and how they left it. And it kind of like is copying what, as an outsider looking in, as what is exactly happening at Manchester United. They're just dismantling everything, like literally, they're ripping everything apart. And the consequences is that at the end of the January transfer window, you could have two Chelsea players, but they're on the books at Manchester United, and Manchester United are paying them the wages that was part of it, probably, maybe not all of it. And Chelsea are going up and up the table towards top three, top four in the Champions League. Right, I'm going to go into, I'm not getting any joy there on the, I'm going to have one last look at something on here. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Well, I want to let me see the, oh, there it is. That's 13 hours ago. I'm not going to mention anything about Arteta and what he says about his injuries because it's just. Apparently. I know why he's done that, because that means Mikel Arteta's just done the his pre-match interview, and that's let's see what's going on. Right. Still no developments between Garnacho going to Chelsea. I thought something was going to happen this morning, and see what other dominoes will fall from that, in a sense, concerning my Crystal Palace. Nothing on Diouf going to Palace. There has been talk. Oh, hello. No, it's not. Malik Diouf, but he's also linked to Liverpool. And as I had a discussion earlier on with James Stone, if it comes to salary, we're not in the same competition for salaries with the likes of Liverpool. As for Malik Diouf, or El Hadid Malik Diouf, who's linked to Liverpool as well. Now, according to the Evening Standard, apparently about 2 weeks ago, Palace did throw in a 12 mil offer there, but the club that he represents or he's playing for, they're looking for 20 mil. So that's 12 mil, 20 mil. There's a lot of catching up there to do. What worries me is that if Liverpool are in for it, is that they can clearly offer the player El Hadid Malik Diouf different things that Crystal Palace can't. Well, Crystal Palace's card, I think, is twofold. If he's match ready, whether he's Premier League ready, that's down to the scouts and the coaching staff of Oliver Glasner to decide that, should he land at Crystal Palace, of course, no one else. But he would, from what his experience has got, he could be above in the pecking order, above Tyrick Mitchell. Would Tyrick Mitchell be tempted should Manchester United come in for him? There was whispers about him then being interested. I don't think Manchester United will be looking to buy any Crystal Palace players this transfer window, because they can't. They're asking their fans literally that they're going to have to pay a bit extra to get up. Please help me get to 5 likes in the chat if you can. This is my first transfer. I've got something in my eyes itching me like mad, but this is my first morning transfer show. I just had a hunch. I just thought that, and I felt that something was going to drop today, like a big domino from the madness. Do I understand why a player like Garnacho would want to go to play for Chelsea, given the fact that he's had a worldwide brand of Manchester United? No, I don't understand it, because I don't know anything about Manchester United. But what I do understand is, one, they're below my Crystal Palace. Number two, there is certainly some issues going off the field, on the field at Manchester United because the likes of Garnacho, the likes of Jadon Sancho at Chelsea. And the prime example that I can give to anyone out there, so I don't know watch along, look at what Scott McTominay is doing, absolute bits at Napoli for Conte, the manager there at Napoli. In essence, Scott McTominay in the last 8 matches has scored more goals. Has been his figures are just well above any of the forward attacking players of Manchester United, and he's at Napoli. As an example, Lukaku's doing well out there, for example. So the point I'm trying to do and land here is seems to be a narrative for Manchester United players, whether they are starting in their careers, whether they're mid-term career-based players, if you like, or coming towards the end of their careers. There is other horizons out there, and they can use Manchester United as a catapult to go elsewhere. Whilst in the past, it would have been, I suppose, oh my God, Sir Alex Ferguson wants me at Manchester United. There's no higher level than that. That's not the case anymore. And the consequences is look at the Premier League. So what is has to be pointed out is if you look at the performance of Garnacho yesterday, I thought he could easily have been the man of the match. I gave it to Bruno Fernandes because he scored the winner. But the work that Garnacho did on that left-hand side, it's not a finisher article, but the way he created opportunities going down that left-hand side and crossing the ball over. I saw at least 3 opportunities in the first half where the cameras just zoomed into his face because he bombed down the left-hand side, he crossed it across, and no Manchester United number 9 or number 10 player was in the 6-yard area in the penalty box playing against Rangers. This ain't against like a top Premier League club or a or a top European side. This is against Rangers, and no one was in there. Xerxes was supposed to be in there, and Garnacho was like, "I've just bombed it down this wing. I've done a pitch of a cross for you lot, and no one's actually bothered to just make a run and gamble that little. No one's. He's like, hello." No, actually, he'd be in Spanish because he speaks Spanish, which I didn't. He'd be like, "Hola, ¿dónde están? Por favor." That's what he was. He was like, "What?" You know. And also Amadiallo, he did the same. He was on the right-hand side. I think Amadiallo had a very good game yesterday against Rangers. He could have been man of the match, I thought. But as I say, when Bruno Fernandes scored, I thought I gave it to him. Although at the beginning of the second half, Bruno Fernandes had some bad touches at the beginning of the second half, and he was giving away fouls in the midfield. But he did well there with in the pivot there in the midfield, and I think he did well there. Right. I think it was a good performance by Garnacho yesterday at Old Trafford, and I think what he was doing is putting himself on the window. The thing is now on that left-hand side for Manchester United, if they lose him, who are they going for replacing him? Maybe perhaps a loan, or will they consider Tarek Mitchell? Because if Crystal Palace do land and Liverpool don't land El Hadji Malik Diouf, then that will be interesting to see. What I'm worried about is that this is all happening, and like predictably, it's all happening towards the end of the transfer window. And Oliver Glasner, in his pre-match and post-matches interviews, he's like kind of hinted, can we please have it all done at the beginning of the transfer window and not at the end? Because it just means we have to wait literally to the last week of March to, if anything, to or the first week of March or the last week in February to get anything that comes in through the January transfer window. So it is what it is. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm going to quickly just have a little refresh here to see if there's any further breaking news. They're live. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile doing something about Mikel Arteta and his pre-match, because they're not going to sign anyone. Arsenal, and they're not interested in any of my Crystal Palace players. So, at least I don't think they are anyway. Oh. Okay, let's have a look. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the Leicester City manager. This one I find a bit more interesting because this is teams that we need to win against there and thereabouts so we can pull away from the bottom of the Premier League. The Leicester City manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy, is talking about being booed by the Leicester City fans, and I suppose they've got a point there. Perhaps not maybe directed at him and his players, but possibly at how the club is unfolding at the moment. Ruud van Nistelrooy says that our responsibility is to keep working to be united as a team. Our performance can ignite something in the supporters. We all know what real support can do to the players on the pitch, 12-man effect. I only hope it can happen, but it's also up to us. So Ruud van Nistelrooy there speaking on his pre-match conference there that he's kind of pleading with the Leicester City fans to back him. He's saying that I'm focused on getting the team out of the situation that we're in, and that's my only concern. I'm working with everyone involved at Leicester to get the best out of the squad. You need to be tough, strong, and committed. We're united as a group. So that's strong words there by Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's in difficult pastures there, I suppose, at Leicester City, result-wise. Leicester City Ruud van Nistelrooy managers on selling Tom Cannon to Sheffield United would allow the club to strengthen this month. He goes on to say, we're looking at options to strengthen the squad. The deal with Tom is part of that. I believe the players we have now. He says, I believe in the players that we have now. He has to say that. But we're looking at players to really strengthen the squad. We're still in the process. Things change when players are leaving, like Tom, but it's clear what are possibilities and what are not. So he's trying to be real about that. I never understand why they can't really say anything. Managers can't really say anything about players coming in or coming out, especially players potentially coming into a squad live in the transfer window, because you can compromise the deal. You would be a person within the football club that would have an insight, or if not all the pages of the negotiation team, of the scouting team, of the negotiation team at the football club that are trying to negotiate to bring an asset in, an investment of a player in, and where that stage is on the negotiation stage on contractual things. And if the manager then starts speaking about those issues openly to the media, it will cost your football club more. You will compromise the deal. It's best not to say anything on any potential player that might be coming into your squad during the transfer window as a manager. And I'm sure most managers, if not all managers, are. But just asking a manager to comment on that, you can be compromising a deal. Well, of course, we all want to know details about potential players coming in at my Crystal Palace. I wouldn't ask Oliver Glasner, what do you think about this player right now? Because if they're in negotiation with a player right now, you can compromise the deal. It could cost Crystal Palace more money, like literally, or the deal can fold. So it's like that. So um, they have to be very careful when they talk about it. Leicester City manager Ruvan Nishere on whether new signing Wayo Koulibaly could start against Tottenham. This is better because then this would, well, I suppose Tottenham Hotspur fans will be listening to this, or probably not because they haven't signed anyone. He says we had a good start to the week. He's been part of the training, so all being well, he'll be part of the squad. And on Winfried Ndidi, hopefully he's involved in training next week, so he looks like he's still recovering. He's got a few injuries there. Ange Postecoglou. Let's see what he has to say. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're new. Help me get to 5 likes. If I can get 5 likes on my very first ever sort of transfer win morning. Why isn't this loading up? It'll be wonderful. Yes, if you can get me to 5 likes, I would really appreciate that. Let me put on here. Have I actually put down on the chat? Can't remember. Oh no, I haven't. So let's just put it on here. Please subscribe. If you are new at there you go. I'm just going to put that on there in case you haven't. If I can figure out what to click on. There we go. Right, here we go. Right, Ange Postecoglou. He's let me just see what else he's had to say. He's got loads of it. I mean, I know a little bit about Tottenham Hotspur, but they've got serious. I think they're nearly into double figures of first team squad players that are literally not available. Oh. I'll do Chelsea in a minute. I'm going to do Ange Postecoglou first. Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner is up at 13:30. Oh, dear, an hour and a half. At 12:30 is Pep Guardiola, and then Areola, of course, of Bournemouth, and Moyes, Frank Thomas, of course, for Brentford, and Oliver Glasner of Crystal Palace at 1:30. Literally everyone else is at 1:30. So let's go through the others. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. And in the meantime, I'll keep an eye if there's anything breaking for transfers. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm now going to talk about I can find him. I think that was a good win for Ange Postecoglou. I predicted him to have won 3-1, but eventually they won 3-2 in Europe last night. So well done to them, I suppose. That couldn't have been easy, I suppose, given their form in the Premier League recently. Right, let's have a look here. Ange Postecoglou. On the win against Hoffenheim. For those of you who don't know, they played last night in the Europa League. Hoffenheim is a German side. I think they're about 7 places near the bottom of the Bundesliga. They're not in the top half; they're in the bottom half of the Bundesliga, but they're a decent side. Ange Postecoglou on the win at Hoffenheim. Of course, that was an away fixture. He says, very proud, outstanding effort by the players in a real important game for us in European context. Positive result helps us with our target. I thought the lads gave. I thought the lads gave everything. I can't do an Australian accent, but I'll do try my best. I thought the lads gave everything on the night. Senior players outstanding, young players as well, giving everything they got. Really pleased with our outcome. I think I've probably just butchered the Australian accent. Sounded a bit more like Sean Dyche, I think. But never mind, we move on. And so he was pleased with that. He looks absolutely knackered, Ange Postecoglou. Do you know that when you go out the night and in the morning you wake up and you're like, what's that? Where's my stuff? That's how he looks. He looks absolutely exhausted. They've obviously travelled from that fixture. He goes on to say, Ange Postecoglou on bringing in a player to replace Dominic Solanke. All those things are known. Nothing's changed in the last 24 hours. We knew Dom probably a few days back. I had a press conference in the meantime, so all these things are known. He's not opening it. He's not saying anything. And this goes to say, managers in the middle of a transfer window or going towards the end of a transfer window, if they have an insight that a player could be coming in, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it, especially to respect the media for asking a question, because I, as a football fan, I want to know. But don't talk about it, because if you do, you'll compromise the deal or altogether, or you could literally cost your football club even more to get the player in that you want to come in the first instance. Tottenham Hotspur boss Ange Postecoglou on the team news is saying that Jed Spence will still sore from the weekend. It could be a doubt for the weekend, and so he could be a doubt there. Pape Sarr is still a doubt, and Sergio Reguilon should be okay. For those of you who don't know, Tottenham Hotspur are at home against Leicester City, who is also another team trying to climb away, like my Crystal Palace, way away from the. I'm just charging my AirPods there. From the bottom of the Premier League. He goes on to say we should have a Postecoglou on injuries and team mentality. Ange Postecoglou says we should have a light at the end of the tunnel in a couple of weeks. It's not as dire, but at the same time, there's always a possibility that before those guys come back, we might lose a couple of guys current players in form. I'll stop there. So basically, what Ange Postecoglou is saying is that while he's expecting players to come back from injury, the ones that he has got fit, some of them actually might leave in the transfer window. So it's like, who's he going to have to pick? And there it is. That he goes on to say that's always the challenging bit. That's what we're going through. It's been 2 months and hard grind for the players, just trying to support them as much as we can. Our schedule is not eased up at all. The resilience and determination of the players to get out there and perform is a fantastic thing for me to witness. Couldn't be more proud of them. So he's speaking up his players. He's not throwing them underneath the bus, and he should be doing that, of course, as the manager. He's now talking about the young players. He goes on to say we will benefit from the growth of our young players, but we have to be careful with them. We can't ask 18-year-olds to keep dipping in and out. I thought Archie, of course, he's talking about Archie Gray, good prospect there. Out of position was great. Lucas Bergerol worked his socks off for the time, and not Mikey, Mikey Moore got himself an assist there. He goes on to say there was no doubt that we will get benefits from these players for many years to come. They've had a tough start in their careers. I think it's hugely positive. So he's having to dip with the youngsters in the selection for Tottenham Hotspur players because of players being injured, and actually the ones that he sometimes has available to him, they are actually looking to leave Tottenham Hotspur. So that can't be easy for any manager in any football club, I expect. He goes on to say, Ange Postecoglou on thoughts on Leicester City. He says it will be a tough game. They're in a fight to stay in the Premier League, and they'll come. Oh, I've just lost it. And they'll come and try and make it difficult for us. We're in our, excuse me, we're in our own tough moment. Being at home will help us, will give us energy to the players. Hopefully, there will be a good atmosphere. So he's saying two things with that. He's saying that he acknowledges that Leicester City are trying to get out of a relegation situation. And then he's saying we're in our own thought moment, a tough moment, but he doesn't say that he's in a relegation. He can't say that because that's like knocking down his players down. But make no mistake about it, Tottenham are dropping like a stone right now, like literally. So it's and if Ruud van Nistelrooy has pressures at Leicester City, you can believe that Ange Postecoglou has even more so at Tottenham Hotspur because he's got the European thing to dwell on as well, I suppose. He goes on to say on Son Heung-min, I've spoken about Sonny many times. He's an outstanding player, outstanding person, and like the team, he's had to grind his way through in the last couple of months. With asking him to play a hell of a lot as attacking players. It's always difficult. Last night, we really needed a strong leadership. Him, James Maddison, Rodrigo, Benacore, of course, Ben Davies, Daki, Kuleveski. There were 5 men we got in the team, and others I think are still young. So he's having to just basically mix it all up as what's available. On Richarlison, as fit as he could possibly be, we've been managing his minutes at the time. So it looks like he's trying to work through recovery of an injury. Still, he felt good last night. He thought he got through it. He hasn't played a long time, so he's not going to be as sharp, he says. And then we've still got to manage that. The reality is useless. It's unless something changes, he has to play. So Richarlison there is just slowly recovering from him there. I'm going to go and mention what Enzo Marenza said. Let me just have a little refresh to see if there's anything breaking on the transfer, because that's what the show was about this morning, but nothing's happening at the moment that I can see. Perhaps because all the press, all the conferences are going on. The post-match just watching a little bit there. The left back options for Manchester United, it does include Tarek Mitchell, but he's not really at the top of the picking list for them. Oh God, I just don't want to lose any more defenders. Every transfer window, my Crystal Palace team loses a defender, and I'm like, come on, can we just have one transfer window where we don't lose a defender, please? Just one, please. Oh my days. Right, I'm going to go on to Chelsea. Chelsea, let's see where they are on the Chelsea boss. Of course, Enzo Maresca. See what he has to say about, of course, Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho. Um, Actually, this is quite tasty. He's asked about Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is asked on the links with Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho. And he says, quoting Enzo Maresca, this is just a few minutes ago, no, I'm happy with the ones we have in this moment. We've said many times on the right side is Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke, and on the left is Jadon Sancho and Misha Mudryk. Um, was with us and is now not with us. I think Trike George is a young profile that can help us at the moment, and we're okay. So he's straightly denied that Enzo Maresca. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to say, if you look at the performance of Alejandro Garnacho last night against Rangers, he put himself on the shop window, and on the left hand side, is he in front of Jadon Sancho? Does he want to upset Jadon Sancho? Probably not. Um, oh my god! Can you imagine that? I mean, I wonder if Jadon Sancho actually fell out with the likes of Alexandra Garnacho or maybe Anthony, or and then he's gone away on loan to another football club, and then they're going on to follow him there. Absolute scenes. Manchester United fans, what are you guys going to do? You're going to upset the changing room at Chelsea. No wonder that Enzo Maresca saying, no, I'm happy with what we've got. But we all know that clearly um, Alejandro Garnacho put himself on the shop window last night with that excellent performance down that left-hand side against Rangers. The amount of times that he went down there past peach crosses, that would have caught their eye. That would have caught their eye. It's not the finished article, don't get me wrong, Alejandro Garnacho, but that would have caught the eye of Enzo Maresca, the Chelsea manager. But he's quickly out, straightened out, said, no, not interested. I'm happy with what we have got. But um, can you imagine Jadon Sancho thinking, I've just left there, and now these players are following me over to the Chelsea. Absolute scenes. Big up to Damo1168. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right, Damo1168. I hope you are doing well. Watch out for this bad weather that's going on out there. I'm keeping my hand on my hat because this weather's just blowing all over the place. It's absolute scenes out there. Please stay safe out there. Don't go walking underneath any scaffolding. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. Your defense is terrified as is on fire. That's right, I said it. And they're not for sale. Apparently, PSG have a little sniffle, a little whisper. PSG are having a little look at their scouts. Have been looking at Jean-Philippe Mateta because they can't afford Mbappe, so they want someone better. And apparently, they might. But it's not. The clubs are not talking to each other. I don't think JP will leave. But for Crystal Palace, Damo1168, I am keeping an eye on every seconds, refreshing for El Hajid Malik Diouf. Um, he could land for us. James Stone in the chat earlier on saying he's adamant that he's ready for the Premier League and Palace should pay the money, pay the 20 million euros or 20 mil up front. But that's not the way Palace does that. Palace always goes in, like the Evening Standard reported, we threw in a 12 mil bid a couple of weeks ago and then thereabouts. and will creep up. So nothing there. The thing is, we're up against Liverpool bidding for this type of player. Liverpool obviously will offer different things for El Hajid Malik Diouf in comparison to Crystal Palace. The thing that I think Crystal Palace has as a card, trump card, if you like, is the fact that he could, from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what people are saying in the chat as well, he may be above the pecking order of Tyrick Mitchell. Now, Tyrick Mitchell could be linked, has been linked by many of people mentioning via Sky Sports. Not to say that the clubs are negotiating, but just links with Manchester United, the left-hand side options for Manchester United there. But I don't think Tyrick Mitchell is the top of the selection over there. But I don't know the way things are going. I just hope Damo1168 that in this transfer window we don't lose another defender. Last transfer window we lost Joe Jimenez. I mean, it's like, come on, please. I mean, worst scenarios is if Jamie Chelsea come in for Mark Gahey or something like that, and we lose Tyrick Mitchell to Manchester United. I mean, we're not going to have any players left. Stop it. Stop it. Please hit a like and subscribe at JOC Palace if you are new. And also, I just want to quickly have a look. Oh, I had it saved somewhere and I've lost it now. Oh, this is annoying. Very annoying. Is it this one? Oh, I had something saved and I can't find it now. Okay, lesson learned. Next time I do this sort of transfer thing, I'm going to have to create a new file and just put them all in one place because I've got myself in a bit of a muddle. But it is what it is. Yeah, so that's that one there. Hopefully, and the other thing I'm worried about if Liverpool are coming in for this El Hajid and Malik Diouf is that salaries. Crystal Palace are not competing with the likes of Liverpool when it comes to salaries. We're just not in the same market. But definitely what we can offer them is the two things. Is it looks like he will be in the pecking order, possibly more so than Tyrick Mitchell, which I'm sad to hear because I love Tyrick Mitchell. He's so humble to us. He's a brilliant player, but offensively, perhaps that's what Oliver Glasner's perhaps looking for as an option, attacking wise more. But the other thing that Crystal Palace has to offer as a good trump card is that we can demonstrate how the club develops players that come in the January transfer window and look where they are now. The prime example is what Crystal Palace, what Dougie Freeman by bringing in Steve Parish as well. This time last season, they brought in Adam Walton and Daniel Munoz, and look how well they've been doing at Crystal Palace. So that's something there that could be, I'm sure, no doubt, pointed out if El Hajid Malik Diouf agent hasn't seen. What concerns me is that the agent then may use, like on one hand, he'll be saying to Palace, hold on a sec, I've got Liverpool on the blower on the other one. He goes, hold on a minute. And he goes back to Palace and says, I've got Liverpool on the other line. So what was that you were saying about his wages? And he goes, oh, hold on a minute, I've got to talk to Liverpool. Right. And then that's what it is. So is that situation, Damo1168? So I'm a bit worried about that. And that will be played off Liverpool. And but I don't think Dougie Freeman and Steve Parish will have the rug pulled underneath their feet, especially if we've got a player that is looking at options. One option, Crystal Palace, and the other option, Liverpool FC. Now, I suppose Liverpool would want him uh, to cover for Andy Robertson's situations there. Um, Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Thank you for getting me to 5 likes. If you can help me get to 10 likes, that would be wonderful. This is my very first ever um, sort of transfer morning or show in the day. And I thought I'd do it because I thought something might break this morning, sort of transfer wise sort of thing. But so I'm kind of making it up as I go along. I'm just going to check on another source to see if there's anything else. Oh, no, nothing there. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. And let's have a look at some more news here. I can confirm. Fabrizio is just quoting what Enzo Maresca has been saying. Basically, Enzo Maresca has just said to all the people asking him questions, "I'm happy with what we've got," and also I can confirm that Mikel Arteta said we're not considering to terminate Raheem Sterling's or Neto's loans this month. So that tells me that they're not looking to bring anything else in at Arsenal. Well, not certainly until something walks through the door, in essence. But he obviously is not going to say it that way. Mikel Arteta on Matthews Cunha. He goes, potential target. I prefer not to talk about individuals. He can't talk about individuals because it means that he'll have to pay more for him. Like literally, Ben White is still on recovery, and but he's very close. Enzo Maresca there. Let's have a look. No problem for Jao or Christopher Nguku there. And breaking news, Anthony is there. It is breaking news today. It's just happened in the last sort of 10 minutes. Anthony is flying over to Sevilla, of course, of Manchester United. He joins Real Betis from Manchester United tonight. So that's one player. Could be by the end of today, there could be another player from Manchester United. Of course, Sancho, not Sancho, not Sancho. You can't leave twice. Imagine that. Oh my God. Garnacho, I meant. Do apologies. It's a and so just to confirm that it is confirmed. I mean, everybody knew about that. It's not breaking news, really. But Garnacho, they're going to Real Betis, and he's flying there tonight. I'm trying to Barcelona. There's some news there on a Barcelona player there, but that's okay. Ancelotti on Vincent Jr. linked again with Saudi Pro League. He says that he's happy at Real Madrid. Vincent Jr. is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion. Certainly not as Ancelotti's still there. What's going on within the Casado? Oh, it's nothing. It's just I've just put on my Instagram the Women's FA Cup fixture that's been announced by the FA Cup advocate. Just looking in the Crystal Palace Women's official website, and Ria Oling there. She's straight into work there. So happy that she signed. She's from Finland there. So she's a midfielder and giving us more strength and depth there. Absolutely buzzing to see Ria Oling there in training for Crystal Palace, doing her stuff as a new Crystal Palace women player there. Hopefully she can play. I'm actually going to put that in the story. Good luck to her. It's going to be a tricky one. It's this is a little bit of an interesting one, but this is for a youngster. Apparently, Manchester United are leading the race to sign an 18-year-old Aiden Heaven from Arsenal. I believe his contract ends at the end of this season, and it's the source that I have is Fabrizio Romano. Apparently, Barcelona and Frankfurt have also made approaches. He was at Old Trafford last night watching the game against Rangers. So, um, he used to play in the midfield, but now plays as a defender. He's only 18, but the thing is, if he goes to, I don't know, you'll have to talk to a Manchester United fan there, but he doesn't say what kind of position he plays as a defender. He just says defense. So it would have been nice if they put what position on the left side or on the right. Oh dear. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Just checking to see if there's anything else new on breaking news as we speak. No, I can't see anything else. Right, I'll leave that alone for a moment. No, nothing there either. I just thought I had a hunch that something will break today. And big up to everyone in the chat thus far. I'm actually going to wait until, I'm doing it. I'm going to wait until 1:30 because that's when Oliver Glasner does his speech. Well, not speech, his pre-match interview. Of course, we got Brentford at the weekend, and that should be live on Palace TV. So actually, let me make sure I'm logged in. Let me get ready for that one. Yes, I'm logged in for that. In just for those of you who didn't know, in Palace TV, those of you who subscribe to it, well, recommend it. There's loads of stuff there, not just for the Crystal Palace senior side men, but for the unders. There's also stuff there for the Crystal Palace women. There's other stuff that Crystal Palace does for community. It's all in the Palace TV. They do a good job there on the official webpage. I have nothing to do with the football club. I'm just a football fan. But in one of the clips of Roman Eze, they're training, it can be seen. I'm not going to show it because I don't think I'm allowed to show it. I wouldn't have to do it anyway to put it on the screen. I don't have to do all that stuff yet. But good to see Roman Eze there in his training session for Crystal Palace. And you could see in the background there the video that they showed of him. Two things, Franca and Adam Walton in the background doing their stuff. So that's good to see. Whether they are ready to be selected for the first team, we'll have to wait and see. But it's good to see Oliver Glasner there working with on the grass, boots on grass there. Actually, let me actually just turn it down so you don't see it. And this is, I'm looking on Palace TV right now, and Roman Eze, they're scoring for Crystal Palace in training. Boom, boom, boom. Roman Eze, and him arriving at the training ground. And Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. And of course, they're at Copes. They're the training ground. I'm going to do this while, if I see any other breaking news, but also I'm going to wait until 13:30 in about 45 minutes. There's Franca. Yes, he's back on the grass. Hopefully he'll recover well. There's Waldy and Checky Decore. They're coming into training. So I hope he's doing well. And also we've got Eddie Nketiah. Come on, Eddie Nketiah. Daniel Munoz, Jefferson Lerma. Yes, Jefferson Lerma. El colombiano en la casa, he says. Colombiano en la casa. And there is Richarlison and Ebrieze. Please hit a like and subscribe at JLC Page. Just talking it through, and then I'm going to just point out. I don't think I'm allowed to show, so I won't. There's Schlupp there with Issa. And then there's JP talking in Francais. He says, écoutez, Jean-Philippe Mateta. And then the youngsters, Romanese, Carl Romanese, with the other youngsters there. And absolutely buzzing to see him there. And Maxime Lacroix. There. I think Maxime Lacroix. It's good to see them in training there. Just watching a video. It's actually 15 minutes long, so this can go on for a bit. I'm not sure if this is coming across okay. You can see Daniel Munoz and Jefferson Lerma there doing their stretching at. I'm just going to go and open a window. Let me just pause it for a sec. Just going to go and open a window to let some air in. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you're new. Just waiting for the 13:30 where Oliver Glasner will be then speaking about the incoming match, of course, against Brentford at Selhurst Park. Just give me a second. I'm just going to go and let some fresh air into the room. 1 second. Oh. Everything okay? ¿Está bien? All right, big up to everyone there. Sorry about that. I had to just go and open a window and probably lost everyone now. Oh dear. But I'm just waiting for the 3:30 announcements by let me just get in there. Let's have a look. It's I think that's Pep Guardiola talking now. Let's have a look and see what he says. I've got Pep Guardiola at 12:30. Oh, so he should be talking. He should have done his. Yeah. I'll go and have a look and see what he said in a minute. But Crystal Palace will be the Crystal Palace manager will be speaking at 1:30, and that is of course because he faces Thomas Frank Brentford at Selhurst Park, so that should be a good match to see. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. For some reason, this has actually failed. Why is it failing? Thank you very much in the chat for getting me to 5 likes. If you can help me get to 10 likes, and I'm just going to have another quick little refresh to see if there's been any other further breaking news. Oh, apparently just some news here. In the Rugby Borough, who is still the lowest ranked side in the competition, will have their Women's FA Cup 5th round tie against the West Ham or Liverpool, and it will be shown live on the BBC. That's, of course, on Sunday the 9th. In my Instagram page, I've posted the fixtures, times and dates officially there from the competition. And, of course, Crystal Palace women are facing Newcastle United women's team in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Looking forward to those fixtures there, absolutely. Just trying to see if there's any other breaking news. And Pep Guardiola, it looks like he's just arriving for his afternoon match. Let's have a look what he's saying. Of course, it's Manchester City versus Chelsea on Saturday. It's a 5:30 kickoff. And I'm not expecting any of the reporters asking. Well, they shouldn't ask the managers anything to do with transfers because it doesn't make any sense to do so. It looks like Diaz and Doku are out, and new signings available for Manchester City. The 3 signings, they spent over 100 mil. Literally, in this transfer window, I'll just show you. I've also put that in my Insta actually, if anyone's interested. But I'll just show it to you all. Where is it? There it is. In the last January transfer window, covering all the Premier League teams. Last January transfer window, £116.2 million was spent across all the Premier League teams last January transfer window. In this January transfer window, Manchester City alone have gone beyond that. They spent 126.1 mil on 3 players. It's just absolute scenes. We're just not in the same market as other teams. Real talk. Right, let me get that out of the way. Right, there's nothing there. Okay, here we go. This is on Pep Guardiola. Just seeing if you might slip something. This is something to do with the transfer, but literally he's had 3 new signings. But the Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has revealed Ruben Dias and Jeremy Doku will both miss tomorrow's Premier League game against Chelsea. Dias has had a replacement of. He was replaced at halftime in Wednesday's Champions League defeat by Paris Saint-Germain. Guardiola has said that Diaz has an abductor injury and wasn't sure when he will be fit to return. And also the City boss also confirmed the club's 3 new signings, Omar Marmoush and Victor Reis and Abdul Qadir Kushanov, will all be in the squad for Chelsea against Chelsea. Is it at the bridge or is it at the? Oh no, it's at the Etihad. So that might be a good time to bring them in. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Just waiting for the Oliver Glasner is due to speak in about half an hour's time. Of course, we're playing against Brentford on Saturday. Still nothing there. Let me go back to my other sources to see if there's anything else dropping in. It's just some talk. For those of you who didn't know, I'm just going to find this and I'm going to show it to you because I think this is literally the transfer. If I can find it. Do you know what? When you find something really important and you save it and then you don't know where you've put it, I've got to get a bit more organized. I'm really annoyed about this. I found something really interesting to show people and I can't find it. It's winding me right up. But literally, basically, we all know that Manchester City signed Marmoush for 75 euros. 75 mil euros. The club that they bought him from, they didn't pay not 1 penny for him. They got him on a free. And it's within like 2 years. And they've just sold him to Manchester City for 75 mil. If that's not the deal, in this transfer window, I don't know what is. Not for City, of course, because they've had to fork out 74 mil for it. Right, just let me just try and find this. Did I save it as a photograph? I must have saved it somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. When I saw it, I thought I'd keep it, but I can't find it. I'm so annoyed about it because I give up. I give up on that one. But still no news from either Chelsea or Manchester United with Garnacho. The left-hand side of Manchester United, there's a lot of chop and change there going on. I think it's a dominoes effect there. Once those deals go, then we'll see. Garnacho, for me, as an outsider looking into that, he clearly put himself on the shop window last night against Glasgow Rangers. He's not the first Manchester United player to look to develop his career away from Old Trafford, if you like. And I think that's what players are doing, to just go to another level, because Manchester United as a team, not as a worldwide brand, but as a team, they're not delivering what they expect. So they're using it as a catapult to go to somewhere else, like Jadon Sancho. Of course, all in the middle of that, I suppose, are the Manchester United fans. I don't know how they feel because I'm not one of them. But what I can say, what's going on here? Penny for the guy here. What are you doing over there? Don't fall over. Um, um, what I'm trying to get at is, if you look at the example of Scott McTominay and what he's doing at Napoli, what Lukaku is doing at at Napoli under Conte, they're going to win. They're most probably going to win the league there in Italy. Scott McTominay at the moment is scoring more goals than all the offensive players of Manchester United combined. As an example, it's absolutely been unlocked over there in Italian football. Another example, look at Langa. He's playing now, of course, at Nottingham Forest. If you look at his stats of what he's doing for the Nottingham Forest fans out there, he's not looked back. He's left Manchester United and it's gone somewhere else. He's gone over there. Awan Bissaka, when I see him play against for West Ham against my Crystal Palace recently, he looks happy to be on the pitch, to just get out there and just enjoy his football and just do his things. And that's what the football players need to do. But for some reason at Manchester United, it's just not working out. And what I don't understand is Jadon Sancho, that plays on the left-hand side for Chelsea now, left Manchester United. He went to Borussia Dortmund or one of those clubs over there, and then he came back to Manchester United, then got loaned out to Chelsea on the left-hand side. And now, apparently, Garnacho, who also plays on the left-hand side, might also land at Chelsea. I mean, it's like, what's that going to do for? That's like another headache. Not that I'm worried about of going for poor Enzo Maresca at Chelsea, but he's going to have another problem on his left-hand side. They've got to. I know they've had that situation with Muric, the youngster that got in trouble at some issues off the field. Muric there. That's how you pronounce his surname. But literally, what is Chelsea doing? What are they up to? Are they trying to get all the Manchester United players on loan during the January transfer window? I mean, come on. And what that worries me is that Manchester United have been linked recently with Tyrick Mitchell, not as a first or second option for that left-hand side, left-back position. And if Crystal Palace go in for the likes of let's get his name properly. I don't want to get his name proper. Malik Diouf. Then Tyrick Mitchell might say, well, I'm not going to get any playing time here. I might as well go to Manchester United, but you might get relegated there. And that's no joke. It's no joke. Oh, my days. You just can't make it up. Big up to Nick Foldy says, big up to you, says, I'm not a Palace fan, but I'm going to make a bold prediction that here Palace 2-1 to Brentford. I'm hopeful. I'm waiting for in 29 minutes, Oliver Glasner should be doing his thing. I'm waiting here on Palace TV to hopefully get it all sorted out. They'll do it live. And McTominay and enjoying. That's another example. McTominay Napoli, and of course Marseille, Greenwood. Oh, I thought he was going to get loaned out though. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's another example. So there's players out there that are looking at another horizon, and as I've always said, the career spans of professional tier one, not tier one. What I mean by tier one, but players that can go into a straight in a starting lineup in Premier League, in La Liga, in Serie A, in the French league. It's a very small window for professional football players in respect to other professions. So if they're at a football club, at a worldwide brand, massive brand in Manchester United, but it's just going to actually make it worse for their careers. It's no wonder that they end up at Chelsea on loan. But you already have Jadon Sancho on the left-hand side, and now they're going for Garnacho on the left-hand side as well. What is going on? They've got cover on the right-hand side as well, Chelsea. Literally, Chelsea fans out there, there's no room in your changing room. There's no more room. Enzo Maresca is having to get rid of players because he can't select them. If you look at the European competition that Chelsea's in, if you like, Cole Palmer is not even registered in that competition because of the amount of players that they've got, squad in depth that they've got. So it is what it is. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Help me get to 10 likes. Just waiting for, in about 25 minutes or so, Oliver Glasner will be speaking, I hope, on the press conferences, and let me just have a look and see if they've got the conference ready for Oliver Glasner. Is at 3:30. Yeah, they haven't put it up yet. I think I'm a bit too early for it. I'm clicking on it, but nothing's happening. So, but what I can say, at Palace TV on the official webpage, there's a little clip of Roman Eze's first session on training, and that's what I was talking about before I started talking about it. Chelsea fans don't want Garnacho. Nick Foley, I think he's put himself on a window on that performance last night. Quite frankly, I think he should go to. I think he'll have more of a trouble getting into the starting lineup in Napoli. They've got infield players there, match fit players there on that left hand side at Napoli, but at Chelsea as well. But it's like, is it a sinking ship and they're all leaving? I don't know. I think what's happened at Manchester United is because of the because they've spent so much over the last 3 years, and they could be very close, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Enos announced recently in the last few weeks, that they're very close to perhaps being going over the line, if you like, the threshold of what can be spent 3 years in a row, and they could be facing, I suppose, points deduction. And Nottingham Forest got points deduction, and I think also Everton as well. So I think basically the hint has been dropped to some players that, look, if you want to go out on loan and you can find someone to get you on loan, there's the door. And that's exactly what's happening. Last night, Garnacho there could easily have been man of the match. That performance there, amount of times he went down the left-hand side and crossed the ball infield. The camera zooming into his face because he was like, where's everybody else? No one's at my pace. No one's there to knock the ball in. And he put himself on the shop window, clearly, last night against Rangers. But it's that's what Nick Foley says there. See, the way I look at that sort of move there is he can't play I don't think he can play in the European competition, because my understanding is the players had to be registered to play in that European competition that Chelsea is trying to win. It's not the competition that we saw last night. That's a different name. So he may not be able to feature in that one anyway. So it's clearly only if he does go to Chelsea, I'm talking about Garnacho, will be for the Premier League. I presume he'll be cup tied in all the other competitions as well, domestic ones. If Chelsea's still in them, they probably are. So it is. You can play in a knockout round. Well, then I think you might have a point there, Nick. You'll have to talk directly to what I call a hardcore Chelsea fans that understands where the club was before the Roman Abramovich era, through that, and at the other end of it. It's particularly to a Chelsea fan that understands Chelsea from before the Roman Abramovich era, and they'll tell you whether they feel that a player like Garnacho landing in the squad with the cover that they've got on the left-hand side, Mudryk, that's the player I was thinking about. I couldn't pronounce his surname. Mudryk, because of the off-the-field issues that he had. And the club have to protect him. They have to protect him. They have to look after him and get him back online somehow, whether it's with Chelsea or elsewhere. But they have to get that back online. But he's not available for Maresca. So that could be the cover there. But they've got Sancho there on the left-hand side anyway. So, as I say, Chelsea fans will have to figure that out. But let me tell you something. They're not getting a player that's got an injury prone, and they've got a player that can put a shift down the left-hand side. He's not a finished article by all means, in my opinion, but he clearly feels that he doesn't feel that he can fulfill that at Manchester United. But he's not the first, as what you just said. Look at Tomine, Greenwood. I will also add Lukaku there. Mind you, the Lukaku situation with Chelsea, that was just bizarre. Going on a television interview elsewhere and literally sort of forcing your move away on those high wages that he was on. But then that was difficult circumstances of what happened before, obviously, at Chelsea, I expect. But the reason why that's interesting is because when that domino drops, then that's going to leave another hole at Manchester United on the left-hand side. And Crystal Palace, Tyrick Mitchell is linked to that situation, even especially so if Palace look to land El Hadji Malik Diouf, because he doesn't select to go to Liverpool on that left-hand side. So as a left-back situation, apparently he's more offensive of a player. He's a Champions League experience. For some Crystal Palace fans, they don't feel Tyrick Mitchell is offensive enough in his game. I think he has got that in him. It's just not there yet. But as a defensive there, playing on three at the back there with Mark Gahey and Maxime Lacroix or Chadid Riyad there as a back three for Palace, I think Tyrick Mitchell is playing just in front of the left back for Crystal Palace. I think he's all right there. But it could be that Oliver Glasner's looking for something, the alternative. On the right hand side, we've got Daniel Munoz, and he just keeps bombing forward. He wants a bit more of that, with the traditional move from defence to attack with playing three at the back. So it is what it is. I don't want to lose Tyrick Mitchell. I think he's really been great for the football club. But I think sometimes you can get too sentimental with it. But thanks for letting me know that. I didn't know that. So it looks like he can play in the knockout rounds. Well, then if he can, then that's going for the lad. To me, I think the way he was playing yesterday, he was putting himself on shop in a window, and I think he was just waving goodbye temporarily, perhaps on a loan deal. Now, if they do actually sell him, can Chelsea still do that and be within the fair play rules? But then knowing then they'll give Garnacho like a 15-year contract and spread the cost over 15 years, or who knows. But I thought the FA closed that loop. Just waiting for the 1:30 press conference for Oliver Glasner, and but in the meantime, I can confirm that Roman Eze, whom we signed from Liverpool, from Millwall, he's had his first training session, and they've put a 15-minute video on Palace TV. Anyone who's paid for that, you can see it there. I've started to watch it. But another good thing about it, with Ramanese's first training session, I noticed it last night. There was glimpse of Franca and Adam Walton as well there, boots on the grass. So nice to see that. Whether they're going to be starting, and we'll find out in a minute from Oliver Glasner. I do hope that I know with these press conferences in the middle of come on, Bennett, well done. This is the conferences before during transfer windows. Um, I don't think the manager should be talking about any potential transfers, goings or comings, because it could compromise the deals. I know the journalists on site need to ask the questions, but you're wasting the question because they can't answer it and they shouldn't. For example, if Crystal Palace are in the mist, and they are, by the sounds of it, they might have chucked in another bid apart from the 2 weeks ago, the 12 mil bid that they asked for El Hajid Malik Diouf. If they're in another negotiation as we speak, as I'm speaking, no one from the club should be talking out to the press about any potential bid there. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You'll compromise. You'll end up paying more for the player. Surely. I mean, I've never bought a club. I've never bought a player or sold a player. But it's just logical. Just don't talk about any deals that you're actually negotiating at the moment. So any press conferences, questions to managers at the moment in the midst of coming towards the end of a transfer window about a potential next match, then linking it up to a potential player coming in, you're wasting your breath over it. I suppose maybe if you don't ask the question, then the manager might not slip up. But I'll tell you something, I'd rather they wouldn't ask the question because we might end up messing it up. But I've seen Oliver Glasner. He knows when to tell the reporters, I can't talk about it because it will cost us more money. So you're just going to have to wait, if you know what I mean. Let me just have another look at something else that I had. Uh, the one I'd like for Crystal Palace to get over the line is he's on loan to Middlesbrough at the moment. Is a Liverpool player, Ben Doak. He could cover us on the right hand side. He can play in the midfield. We can see our midfielders just keep getting injured. I know Jefferson Lerma is back there in training today. I saw a clip of it, and also good to see Adam Walton there training in the background there in Romanese's first training session. So that was good to see. But Ben Doak, the thing is, he might not come because he may not think that he will get first team play. Because of we've got Cheke Decore, we've got Jefferson Lerma there. I think Jefferson Lerma, when we've got all our midfielders fit, the two in the pivot that Oliver Glasner should select is Jefferson Lerma in the number 8 position, and alongside him, Will Hughes. And then Cheke Decore coming on from then onwards. And because at the moment Adam Walton is just he's on a I don't think he'll be in the starting lineup, and he might not be on the bench. So until he's available, the best option, in my opinion, to start for us in the pivot in the midfield for Crystal Palace is Jefferson Lerma and Will Hughes. But then they keep getting injured, so. But then also Ben Doak can play in out wide as well. And from Liverpool fans that I hear about him, he's a not a player to be dismissed, but he's on loan to Middlesbrough. I think the manager at Middlesbrough is Carrick. I think Carrick is the manager at Middlesbrough. I'm sure I'm right about that. So he's doing well for him there. I think he scored a lovely goal about a week ago. So yeah, I'd like to see Ben Doak over the line as well. Sign them all. Probably on loan, but we'll see what happens, Henry. He may not leave Middlesbrough because obviously Middlesbrough are trying to get into the Premier League, and they've got a chance to cement or perhaps even sneak into the automatic second place in the Championship. So we'll have to wait and see. Coming up to about 10 minutes, and then it will be the live conference at. Let me just go back because they will be doing that in a minute. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Thank you very much for getting me to 6 likes. Today's been my very first morning or sort of day. What do you call it? Sort of transfer breaking news show. I thought something might land. I thought the Garnacho thing might be announced in the morning. Oh, he's there. He's down, walking nonchalant down the King's Road, window shopping, and then just got to go south onto the Fulham Road and going down to the bridge. So I thought that might sort of broke. But just waiting for the live conference post-match. Let me just go into Palace TV. And pre-match for Tottenham is out for Laura Kaminsky. That will be a live conference. There we are, live. Let's play it. It's coming soon. They're just doing adverts at the moment. But big up to Palace TV. I'm not going to show it because I don't think I'm allowed to. I don't think you would be, but I'm not going to. I don't know how to do it anyway. But big up to now and Nick Foldy. Glad you're there. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to be a Palace fan. I do a lot of cover, and I'm not sure what football fan, what football club you support, but have a look at the playlist. Maybe your football club is there, and no doubt there's a good clip of Franca there, warming up there with Roman Eze on the grass. Great to see him with boots on the grass. There's Chadi Riyad there with Richard, and there's Jean-Philippe Matete in the background. There's Daichi Kamada there, warming up there on the grass. Good to see that. Good to see that. And there's Jefferson Lerma. Great to see him back on the grass. Where's Hughesy? There's Nathan Klein there. Justin. Ramanese there. It's good to see Hughesy. Yeah, Hughesy's there. Ebrieze there. Warming up there with Eddie Nketiah. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Just waiting for the Oliver Glasner press conference to kick off. It's a 3:30 kickoff. And well recommend that people out there gang sign up to Palace TV. Even if you're not a Crystal Palace fan, sign up. As Maxime Lacroix there. I think he's a brilliant prospect. I think he'll be better than Virgil van Dijk. There's Liverpool fans out there who'll be going, this guy's lost the plot. There's Mark Gahey there. He's keen on concentrating in his training there and his passing there. And nothing is going to deflect him. No Liverpool, no Newcastle, no Chelsea. Mark Gahey staying at Crystal Palace. Come on, Palace. It's good to see Franca there. Daichi Kamada. Daichi Kamada on the ball. Daichi Kamada on the ball. Passing the ball out there and getting it into the net. Well done, Daichi Kamada there. Just watching a little clip there of Palace TV of the Roman Eze's first ever training session there. Nice little back flick there by Roman Eze. He looks sharp. He looks attentive. He looks focused. Very mature for his age. And those were the aspects. That's what Dougie Freeman and the scouting team there for Crystal Palace got it over the line. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Do you know what? I can't see Tyrick Mitchell Where's my? Oh, there he is. There he is. Is that what's going on? Where's Farrell Mitchell? Because he's not going back. Yeah, he's there. He's there. Oh, my heart. Every transfer window, my Crystal Palace, there's Paddy. Paddy signed my shirt. One of our coaching staff there, he's actually signed it there at the top. You can't see it very well with this new shirt design, but it's the best shirt design in the Premier League, of course. Crystal Palace shirt. It's the best shirt that we've got. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. And they're just testing the mics there for the 1:30 kickoff for the press conference. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. As Oliver Glasner has asked questions and he answers them, I will do my best to answer them, to speak it a lot. Obviously, I can't put the sound or show the image. I wouldn't know how to do it anyway. And but what I will do is I will put it. I will relay what I'm hearing to you lot. Don't know, I've never done it live before, so giving it a go. So if you like it, please hit a like. If you don't like it, please give it a like anyway. Just trying something new here. And got Penny for the guy there, or Money Penny there, if you want to call it. Waiting for Oliver Glasner's pre-match press conference. Of course, we face Southampton. Not Southampton. What am I talking about? Brentford. It's been a long morning. Brentford. Oh, maybe I got up too early today. I don't know. Please hit a like. Well, actually, it's time to finish my milk in the meantime. What time did I start? Jeez, I've been streaming for 3 hours, so it must have been around 11. Blimey, I didn't realize it was that long. I thought I was going to be done like a couple of hours. Well, it started at supposed to be breaking news transfers, but nothing was amiss. And then I started talking about the early press conferences, and then I went into my own little rumours. The German manager has signed a new contract, and so Jurgen Klopp won't be getting that role anytime soon. Right, let me just close that off. Let me see what else I can get here. Oh, there it is. Right, let me take a photo of this. So literally, how do I make this bigger? And I'll be able to tell you this. I think this is the transfer of the January transfer window, not of Crystal Palace, but in essence of all. I'm going to show. I think I can show you this. If I enlarge it big enough. How do I do this? So you all know that Manchester City have signed 3 players, right? And so it's I think it's Frankfurt who had him. I'll just show you there. I don't know if you can see it, but he was bought by Frankfurt for I don't know how to do this, for 0 pennies or €0. The 1st of July, Mamouche, he was bought by Frankfurt for 0 pennies. 0. That's the 1st of July 2023. And on the 23rd of January, they sold him on to Manchester City for €75 million. For me, that has to be the deal of the January transfer window for all Premier League clubs. Of course, that doesn't help Manchester City, but that has to be the exchange of all deals, because you had a player that you brought in and you didn't pay nothing for him. And literally within 2 years or less than 2 years, you get 75 million euros for that player. That's Mamouche. And everyone was after him. I remember Liverpool fans wanted to have a little nibble there. Chelsea fans wanted to have a little nibble. Don't know why Manchester United fans were interested in him, because they're trying to keep hold of their players, literally, at the moment. And that's no banter, by the way. Let's see what Fabrizio's saying there. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. He's saying Carlo Ancelotti Valverde is the most complete player right now. So that's a here we go from and Pep Guardiola confirms that Kushimov, Victor, Reeses and Marmouche, who cost 75 million euros, but less than 2 years ago, the club that they bought him from didn't pay a penny for him, will be part of the squad. That's nothing new. The Como manager, Cesc Fabregas, confirms that Eric Garcia won't be joining them, and especially after the goal that he scored for Como at the weekend. Real Betis will sign Anthony on loan from Manchester United at the end of the season. That's from Fabrizio Romano. And there's Garnacho waving goodbye from here we go. Fabrizio Romano. Garnacho is waving goodbye to the Manchester United fans. Yeah, that's not a normal wave that he's going. Also breaking, Brian Leverkusen made contact for Mika Faye, one position of the three candidates for the centre back position, and it is that's to do with Rennes though. Nothing further from Fabrizio. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. Just waiting for Oliver Glasner to take his seat. They're just putting down all the relevant. This is interesting. They just another. It's an American network saying that Manchester United could be very soon in danger of breaching Premier League's profit and subsidiarity rules, PSR, and so it's all kicking off there. It looks like Aston Villa has just signed a new player for the women's side. Caitlin Talbot, they're signing for Aston Villa women there. Also, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're new. Alvaro Carreras is a little link there to clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Manchester United. Manchester United not bringing any players. Looks like Wilfred Ndidi might be leaving Leicester. It's just rumour. There's nothing closely there. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. It looks like Garnacho there. Fabrizio Romano showing a video there of him waving to the Manchester United fans there, possibly for the last time at Old Trafford last night, of course. At Old Trafford against that one. They're winning against if he lands within the next 10 days at Chelsea, and Manchester United don't sign anyone, Manchester United fans are absolutely going to be all over the shop. And as somebody said in the chat, Nick Foldy there, Chelsea fans don't want him. And I think you might have a point there. I don't listen to all Chelsea fans. I listen only to the Chelsea fans that understand their football club prior the is it going to kick off now? It is going to kick off. It's just coming in there. I think they're just getting Oliver Glasner on the hot seat, watching Palace TV, and as I listen to the questions, I will quickly relay them to you, and also the answers from Oliver Glasner. Not done this before. I'm doing it live, but obviously I'm not. I don't think I'm allowed to show it, and I will know how to do it anyway. Please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C Palace. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and the support from all of you at the moment. Recently, the numbers on my live watch-alongs, where I'm learning how to do content creation of watch-alongs. Oh, the sound's on. Here's Oliver Glasner. He's in the building, and he says hello. Oliver Glasner is there with his training kit on. Right. Here we go. First question. Team news, a question. Unfortunately, Chadid Riyad, and oh no, Chadid Riyad is not available. Joe Ward is still out. Franca is training with. It still needs more time. So Chadid Riyad is out apparently with a knee injury. So two players with knee injuries. Brentford game now. Question coming in. The question is about how does he approach the Brentford game in comparison to the first match against Brentford, where Eze scored and it was disallowed that goal. He only had a 10 days training. Some players weren't even there, and so now Oliver Glasner saying that he's got a different team now, and the physicality, the way that his players are playing for him. But he doesn't say that would automatically mean that Palace will win the game against Brentford. But he knows that they have a lot of wins at home. Brentford have only won once away in the Premier League, so he's mentioned that. And he's aware that Brentford has a good manager in Thomas Frank and strategy in how they deploy. And Oliver Glasner saying that he respects the work that Thomas Frank is doing at Brentford. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. This is a response to the live press conference of Oliver Glasner. Question there about the home form for Crystal Palace players scoring at home. That's a good question. That's a direct question. That's putting him in the spot. And he's saying he's saying that he wanted to do that from the beginning of the season for home matches at Crystal Palace, for the Crystal Palace players to score more goals. He's saying that he's preparing in the same way. How would they enter the pitch? With a belief, with a determination to win the match. That's working clearly on away fixtures. Oliver Glasner's just mentioned that. Transfer. Yeah, don't ask him any questions about transfers. Please don't jeopardize anything. Sign another player in a different position. No, he can't. The question is, do you think you're getting closer in getting on the other position? Oliver Glasner says that the club is working hard. And please hit like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. So he's just saying that that the club is working on options to bring in players, but he can't talk about it. He's mentioning Romanese that we've brought in, and he's happy. He's saying that we were looking for. Now he's working with Romanese for the club. It's the first time to be in the squad, so and he's doing really well in training. Apparently, Romanese just lives like literally across the road from the training camp. Tyrick Mitchell been linked with Tyrick Mitchell, Manchester United. They haven't mentioned Manchester United though. No, he he. Okay, so they've asked him what about links of Tyrick Mitchell being linked to other football clubs. No club names were mentioned, but he says no. But more importantly, he hasn't come to me to say that he wants to leave. So that's all I want to hear as a Crystal Palace fan. He's talking highly of Tyrick Mitchell and he's getting on with it. Many clubs are very interested in many clubs, but please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. I say it's the first question. Somebody else asking questions now. Question is that he's unbeaten. That the momentum is starting to build in comparison to the beginning of the season, and his answer is he's comparing the last 14 points, the last 14 games with the 14 points. The team is now bringing in more points in comparison to 7 leaving, 10 new players coming in. So they have to work with the new players that are coming in. Oliver Glasner's there saying, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace if you are new. What he's saying is that the consistency of results in the last 14 games doesn't generally mean that that's what's going to be replicated in the next 14. So that's how football is. There's a question about how the club is performing with bringing in players. He's saying it's crucial for success. He's saying that within the football club, there's sometimes, everyone is talking. There's not always everyone has the same opinion, but they're working together to move the club forward. And that's good. That's what they should be doing. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. Just listening to Oliver Glasner here with a press conference. The last 14 games, he's picked up the same. Jean-Philippe Mateta has picked up a lot of points. So he's saying on Jean-Philippe Mateta that given how he finished last season, he went for an Olympic. He went. He played for France, and then he won. He lost in the final for France, and then he came back. That's how it lands. That's how it lands. He's saying that Jean-Philippe Mateta is taking him time, but he's always staying positive, hardworking, and now he's getting the reward. The team gets the reward of him scoring goals. He wants to improve his home record at Selhurst Park. What kind of game can we expect is the question to Oliver Glasner. Very intense game. Brentford. They're very dangerous with transition. And they press very high. So from the high press, from low transition to the high press. So that's where Brentford could be dangerous to us, especially because we play three at the back. Well, that's what I'm saying, but he's saying that Brentford are dangerous because of the high press on the transition that they do from defence to attack. Oliver Glasner thinks that he and his coaching staff has found weaknesses in the Brentford, so he's going to try and implement that. Thomas Frank will be preparing in the same way against Crystal Palace, which is obviously, yeah. But they don't play three at the back. Oliver Glasner says it's time to win at home. Oh, is that it? Is that the end of it? Well, he seems to be still being asked questions, but they've blurred the screen, so. Please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. That was Oliver Glasner doing the press conference. The only thing I can think of is that what he's been interviewed on is maybe with other media outlets, and then they have their own copyrights for it. That's why they can't show it. But it's okay. Oliver Glasner, they're talking to reporters at the press conference there before the Brentford game at Selhurst Park. At the very end, he said he wants to win at home. The away performances, of course, have been encouraging for him, with his players, for his staff, but they want to keep that going clearly into the home form. On Jean-Philippe Mateta, he's happy that he's now delivering for himself, for the club, for the players that he's playing with, but he had to get there because of obviously he played for France. At the end of last season, he went to the Olympics, to the tournament, wherever it was, and he got to the final that they lost, but he literally only had like 5 days, and then the Premier League season started. So it's just one thing after the other. But what he did say was just because we played well away recently, it doesn't mean that. Oh, 1 minute. What have I got here? I just got a message. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Oh, it's not there. Oh, I'll find it in a minute. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace. That was Oliver Glasner. They're talking to, being interviewed for the match for Brentford. He mentioned that Frank is back on the pitch training with them, but he's still not ready to be ready for selection for the team for match day. That's what I got from it. And Chadid Riyad apparently picked up He's got a bit of a knee injury still, so he won't be able to play or feature. So that will all be coming out, I expect, very soon. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Let me just check on something here that's come up. Oh, okay. Right. What else can I do here? Let me just pause that for a minute. Right, I'm going to look at there because I think I've covered quite a bit. I'm just going to quickly have a look at any late transfer breaking. I bet you, and the moment that I shut the stream down, then something breaks. But Garnacho to Chelsea, it doesn't look like it's nothing coming out from Chelsea or from Manchester United. But clearly, the pictures of him waving goodbye to the Manchester United fans at the end of last night's fixture against Rangers, it's been cascaded to everyone to see. I think he put himself on the shop window there. But Chelsea, they already got Sancho on the left-hand side from Manchester United. I don't know. It is what it is. As somebody said in the chat there, Nick Foley, they're saying they don't think the Chelsea fans would want him. And they probably want players in, but maybe not him in particular. Talk to Chelsea fans, they'll probably know. Just going to have a quick butch at see if there is anything else breaking there that I can see. And it's apparently Real Madrid have initiated talks with Joshua Kimmich, of course, from Bayern Munich, but he's still at them. I think he doesn't come available until the end of the season, so he's not one of those free ones that you can have on a January transfer window. There's still a few. I can't see anything else, so I'm going to wrap it up now. But in the meantime, hang on a minute. Oh, a minute. Let me turn the volume down on this. I don't know. On Marcus Rashford, Ruben Amorim says, "When I don't know, I really don't know." So if he doesn't know, my days, guys, it's been 8 days. We'll see in the end at the window. So he's just leaving it. So Ruben Amorim just looks like he's just saying, "Look, with Marcus Rashford, it'll be at the end." And why Casemiro is not playing, Ruben Amorim says, "I have to choose the player with the characteristics that can see the game." So it's just that. I have to make some choices. I want to play a style of game. Sometimes it's different from other coaches. So he's leaving out Casemiro there. And of course, confirmation there by Fabrizio Romano that Anthony is flying to Spain tonight for that Betis loan move. Right. I'm going to knock it off there. Maybe I'll be on later on for the live watch alongs later on. If you're new to the channel, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego CP. You're still live. It's been a long stream. Yeah, Nick, you're right. I'm going to knock it off now because I didn't realize it was going to be this long. I thought it was just going to be like the first 1 hour, 2 hours, and then I started talking about this and that and whatnot. There was a Crystal Palace fan in there that dropped in, and we started talking about Parish and Dougie Freeman and Eddie Nketiah, and then it just went on forever. And but yeah, so and also then I just thought, you know what, I'll wait until 1:30 for the Oliver Glasner press conference for the match, of course, against Brentford. But he's looking to
the last bit that he said at the end, I'm encouraged. He said, I want to win at home. Let's get a win at home. It's not been easy at home on the travelling. Oliver Glasner with Jean-Philippe Mateta. Boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. They haven't been stopping scoring goals, so they've been scoring goals and getting clean sheets as well. So it'll be nice to see at Selhurst Park against Brentford. And let's hope that we don't get the same referee that disallowed Eze's goal earlier on in the season at the G-Tech Community Stadium, where Eze scored and it was disallowed. Then we've got apologies and all that nonsense. So, yes, I'm looking for a clean sheet for Crystal Palace. My prediction is Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 0. Let's have another 2-0 at. Let's get 3 points, but let's get a win and a clean sheet at Selhurst Park. That would do very nicely, and we'll see what happens there. I want to thank to Nick Foldy in the chat, to the amazing demo 1168 saying boom, boom, boom. Mateta's in the room. That's right. Big up to you, Demo, and who's a Crystal Palace fan. Massive thank you to Alex SR7 there. And James Stone, I hope you are well. Have a good afternoon wherever you are. Make sure all of you out there stay safe with this mad storm coming across the UK, Ireland, Northern Ireland as well, and the Isle of Man I expect as well, North England, and of course Scotland. I think it's still passing through. Weather's mad everywhere. Big up to Henry Smith. I hope, well, you said good morning. It's now afternoon. Well afternoon. I hope you're well out there. And if you haven't hit a like, please help me get to 10 likes if you can in the chat. And if you haven't subscribed at Diego C. Palace, please do so. This is Diego C. Palace, my very first transfer morning breaking news. That wasn't, but it was. Where Garnacho he waved goodbye yesterday at Old Trafford to his Manchester United fans at Old Trafford. It looks like he's going. Ruben Amorim in the post-match interview just now said, with respect to Marcus Rashford, he'll find out at the end of the season. He's like, it is what it is. Who broke the TV? No comment. The poor mice can't even watch Tom and Jerry now on the TV because someone smashed the TV in the changing room at Old Trafford. Unbelievable. Oliver Glasner's looking to win at home, and Liverpool, we're still probably fighting with them. Not fighting with them. Personally, I'd like for my Crystal Palace to sign Ben Doak, who's on loan to Middlesbrough from Liverpool. I would like to see that very much, but it probably won't happen. They've got Ramonese, and they'll work with that, I suppose. But on other, oh, what's happened there? How do I get my other on Malik Diouf or El Hadjid Malik Diouf? Will he come to Palace or will he go to Liverpool? We have to wait and see. Nothing breaking there this morning. So last of all, just going to quickly go into the main, see if there's any breaking news there. I can't see anything else. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, as I say, if you're watching on playback, thank you very much for watching. Please drop a like. Please hit a like. And thank you very much, everyone. Oh, big up to you, Nick, for it. Au revoir, monsieur, madame, adios, or monsieur, adios. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Nick Foldy there. Big up to you for dropping in. And I'll catch you up later on. I'll probably do a watch along later on or some other stuff. I think it's Sheffield against somebody else tonight in the Championship. So I might cover that. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone, and stay safe with this crazy weather that's out there. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you for watching. Good night. Or good afternoon. Later on. See you tonight. Oh, my days. Thank you. Bye-bye.